Oh, I love those smooth, jazzy tones. I wish I had one of those really deep voices that I could come in, those deep radio voices, but alas, I do not. Hey, everybody, I'm Aaron Lopresti, also a man called Lopez. I go by many names. This is the Brofessionals. It's a rotating show where each of us, there's six of us, we get to host. Each of us takes a turn hosting every week. We pick a category, and then we just sit around and talk, and you guys make fun of us. That's pretty much how it goes. I can't do it though without my colleagues, my brothers in arms, my professionals. So let's bring them in one at a time, ladies and gentlemen. The Cordrath Reckoning Man himself, Andy Smith. Hey, Andy, welcome.
Oh, hi. You caught me reading just all new, just married. Oh, that's embarrassing. I put on this face of loving superhero comics, but it's actually the romance is where it's at. Let me tell you.
I should have picked that up just before I got married, so I know what I was in store for. Right
good
there,
stuff.
just married. Okay, let's bring in the man with the boom, Mr. Dan Fragaboom. There he is. Are you out of your Vulcan mind? I love that shirt.
Gentlemen,
Just for you.
hey, you called that music up front jazzy and smooth.
Mm-hmm.
I call it funky and smutty because
Okay, well,
it sounds very bounce
Like porn? Like
yes.
maybe porn?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, a little
Porn?
bit, but good porn, like the
Yeah,
70s.
like the good
furry.
kind, right? Exactly.
Yes, all right.
We don't want to confuse that.
What's up, Cat?
He's forever young. He's a teen sensation. He's a guy that created She, a cultural phenomenon in the comic book world. Ladies and gentlemen, teen sensation Billy Tucci. There he is. He's got
The love boat.
boat. Everybody say it.
I keep laughing when you did that the first time, Aaron. When he just ran the Love Boat intro, and he just
Such a child of the 70s, man. It's
Yeah,
just like I know my 70s intros.
just perfect.
Oh my goodness. Well, how are you, Billy?
I'm terrific. I was going to wear my Wraith of God shirt, but it's like 50 degrees, so it was too cold.
No, hey, look at I'm bundled up too. I wore all my shirts this week. I've already worn them, so now they're getting washed, and I'm going to start the cycle again. Are you?
You have 7 shirts. Is that what you have? One for
No,
each day?
well, I got 4.
4 shirts.
4. So, are you doing any hunting? Is there any sort of hunting going on right now?
Yeah, I'm actually going hunting. I'm going to go hunting Friday afternoon.
And what are you hunting?
Deer. I'm on a nuisance permit, so I have to.
Okay. Oh, a nuisance
Air National Guard
permit.
base. Yep.
Do you ever feel like packing up your wagon and going down to Florida and like hunt gators?
Absolutely.
They do that for
100%.
gators too.
Oh my God, I'd love to kill a gator and eat it.
There you
I've
go.
had gator. It's so good. Have you guys
There
had
you go.
alligator? Oh,
Yeah,
my God.
yeah, it's like a.
What would you use to kill a gator?
I'd use a rifle for sure. Definitely a rifle.
You wouldn't try to pierce its thick hide with an arrow?
Nah, that's all right. No, I got a World War II. I got a World War II M1 Garand rifle. So I would love to hunt with that. I'm actually going down in August. April, and we're gonna go do some shooting. But I should talk to my buddies see if I get a damn.
Are you driving through or are you flying?
I'll bring alligator for all y'all.
Are you driving or flying?
We are driving because we're bringing our puppy with us.
Yo,
You know what's on the way to Florida,
Hang on now,
North Carolina.
Let me bring in
and
our
then this
fifth
guy
member
here too.
so he
These
can
two
be
are-
involved in this conversation.
Yeah, what do we do?
Here's a guy he was there when the Egyptians decided to make alligators and crocodiles like gods. He was there advising the pharaoh, ladies and gentlemen, the oldest man in comics, but still young at heart, Art T. Bear. There he is. And he's still got his hair. So
RT Bear, what's up?
What's up? Hey, Billy. Before you go, give me a call. I'll get a machine gun and we'll go hunting those alligators together.
get your little nuisance tag and get out there and start.
I just want to obliterate them. I don't want to eat them. I just want to kill them all.
Oh, great.
Well, they're good eating.
I
Art
want to
the
make
killer.
art bags out of them. Not
Lopez the
Arthur
lover
bags.
and Art the killer.
Alligator.
I
art
hate
tags, I
those
love
things, man. They're like dinosaur. I would love to kill them though. It'd be like killing a dinosaur.
The
But
I
death
just-
roll. The
Yeah.
death
That's
roll
what people
thing
say
gives me
about
the
you,
creep.
Art. It'd be like killing a dinosaur.
Oh,
That's why they don't kill me, because I'm
Art
rare.
is the most dangerous game.
He also has a thick hide.
I just want
He's
it to
chewy.
be bloody and disgusting. I just want just littered.
Art has a tough hide.
Well,
I hate alligators. I just hate them.
So go hunt an
Are you not a
alligator.
reptile
live out
guy?
there, go
Take
hunt
it down some. You've never even lived near alligators.
Yeah, I
Okay,
do actually. I thought when we moved here, because two of my criterias were no snow and no alligators. That's why we didn't move. Where it snows, obviously, and we didn't move to where there's alligators, like Florida, things like that. And so since we moved to Texas here, there's Lake Conroe and there's alligators. And then there's a little lake around the block here, and they said they've spotted some alligators. So I might be on a hunting spree very
Are
soon.
you in-
He's a reptile hater.
yeah, I know. I don't like that. Art. Come on now.
Haven't you heard of his amazing cahoots killing snakes?
Oh yeah, I know. He's
Kill 'em all
he's-
right.
I don't mind that.
Yeah.
I'm not a snake fan.
He's leveling up, man.
But you know what else kills snakes?
What does?
Bald eagle will swoop down and kill snakes. And here's a guy that represents America just like the bald eagle. It's our interloping other brother. He's on shows all over the place. He's a big deal. He's Graham Nolan. Put your hands together.
Boom.
There he is.
Oh, you people.
Graham, I saw a bald eagle yesterday with a fish in its talons. Flew right over my house.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I like Dan
Lot of it.
Frega's bald eagle sound. Caca. It's
That's a big yeah.
freaking
Grabbing fish out of the water.
It's an eagle, man.
I saw a golden eagle one time, and they're like
It is.
6 feet. Their wingspan's like 6 feet long.
Huge.
And there was one in the area, and I was driving to one of my daughter's softball games, and this shadow came across the front of my car, and I'm like, "What the fuck is that?" And I follow the shadow, and I look over on this lawn on the corner, and this golden eagle had come down, swooped down, and jumped on this rabbit. And he's sitting there. He's got his talons in the rabbit, and he's sitting right on Main Street in East Aurora with these talons in this rabbit, and he's looking up at us like this.
For me, man. Don't let me-
Oh, he was badass. He's like looking like this, and the rabbit's like,
It was,
Oh, yeah.
over.
Twitching.
Done. Have you seen the pictures where they have a man's hand next to the talons of an eagle? And
Mhm.
you don't really realize, like, holy shit,
How
those
big they
birds
are.
They're massive, because you go, oh, it's a bird, and you think like maybe this big. No, dude, those talons.
yeah.
Oh
And,
god,
well-
no wonder
well,
they could
the
pick
actual
puppies up.
nail or the talon is like as long as your finger. You know, it's like
Yeah.
this big. That's
Mhm.
that's all the knife.
Huge
part.
mitts.
They'll be just
Yeah.
like Johnny Quest, man. They'll come down and pick you up and take
Yeah.
you away. Let me let me address the chat here real quick and say hello to some of our friends, and then we'll get right into it. Zombie Boy is here. Leg Kick's here because, of course, Leg Kick is almost always here. Marcus Killigrew. Dan, the Pizza Man Genovese is here. H is
Pizza
for
Man.
Heretic. Citizen Ronan. Who else we got here? One Slick Dude is here. Randy Howell, all the way from Canada. He says he knows that Lopresti likes pineapple on his pizza, but what about Lopez? Lopez has very similar tastes to Lopresti. So
Lopez likes green
on his
peppers.
burritos.
that's
Yeah.
true. I had Taco Bell last night. Just saying.
Oh no,
just
sorry,
saying
dude.
it's here.
Ouch.
We're really sorry.
Doritos. That's
Sorry to hear
racist.
that.
LJS 1972 is here. Blackjack is here. Mr. Monkey Boy 1969. Tarks 9 all the way from Canada. Survive Infinity 0088 is here. Death Metal Hero Sequential Treasures. Luffy is God.
Luffy.
Luffy is God. Sorry
Yeah,
about
from
that.
One Piece.
Luffy.
One Piece.
Al Nickerson. Let's see. The Voyager 47. Duck Bacon. Hail Lopez Tucci
Duck
Smith.
Bacon!
Hail Chess. Yeah. Get that. Audio Odyssey is here. Santiago Pelagros. Art, keep looking younger and younger, he says. So,
Thank you.
all right, Wed Wizard. Red Wizard is here. Nobody important is here. You guys, we thank you for joining us on this Tuesday evening. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. That's how we grow this channel to epic proportions. And then, as they said on, Kirk once said, instead of the boys on, what was the channel you were just on? I just blew my joke.
Nerdrotic, Gary's station.
Instead of the boys in Nerdrotic, or we wanted a piece of their action, they're going to want a piece of our action. I blew that. I totally blew it.
Piece of the action.
Yeah, that's right. I totally blew it though. But
yeah, you
at least Graham,
you did.
Graham recognized it. Yeah, you did. You blew it horribly.
That was pretty bad.
Yeah. It's a good thing it was Lopez and not
It's a good thing Aaron isn't on the
responsibility.
show because he's a real pro. He'd never let that happen, Lopez.
That's right.
I hate that.
Honestly, Aaron, you're sounding like Joe Biden more and more every day.
You know
might
what,
want to get your
guys?
head
You
looked
know
at.
what,
Why
guys?
would you
I think
say that?
I think it was a mistake bringing a Latino into this group.
You talking about me?
Wait,
No,
you're a
like
fragga.
this.
What's a fragga?
A Portuguese.
Okay.
That doesn't count.
See,
He meant
I never
Lopez.
understood that. It's right next door to Spain, but it's not Hispanic.
My goodness.
Well, because
Right?
you're
Isn't that weird?
Portuguese,
Is that
bro.
right?
It's completely different.
Portuguese is
People from
Portuguese.
Spain aren't Hispanic. People from South America are Hispanic, and from Central America.
There it is, Anthony Perron. You know the thing.
The thing.
Oh my gosh! All right.
At least you have an alternative, like an alternate that you can blame, so you can throw Lopez under the bus.
Yeah, I got the alter ego thing going on, and I might be bipolar, split personality, something going on here. You
Wait
may
a minute.
want-
Take your glasses off for a second.
No.
Wait, there's
Aaron!
Rusty.
Aaron!
It's Aaron.
Oh, it's Aaron.
Oh, hey, Aaron.
Hey, where you been,
I'm
buddy?
like Clark Kent.
Wait,
Yeah,
who's that?
It's Lopez.
He said he
Lopez is back.
He turns into
Lopez
Ricardo
is back.
Montalban.
You
Hey,
should
we
have a
got-
sombrero. You should go get a sombrero.
Oh, see, that's cultural appropriation, and then I might get myself in trouble.
It's also
For
very
you.
funny.
That would be funny, wouldn't it?
It's not appropriation for Lopez.
That's right. That's true. And
Only
I'm a-
if Lepresti wears it.
That's right.
See, what you should do is go down to Home Depot, pick up one of those dudes looking for some day work,
Oh, jeez.
and have them start your show. Listen, have them start your show,
Oh.
but you do the talking off camera, so it's your voice coming out of his mouth.
It's like a Serrano de Bergerac, Milli Vanilli situation.
Oh my gosh, it'd be amazing. It'd be amazing. This week what we're doing is, and I got to point out that I had a lot of complaining from Billy Tucci, he's the chronic complainer. When we do the game show, he complains about that. When we do this, it's homework. I got all this dig out of my file.
That wasn't me. That was Andy Smith.
Oh, here we go.
Okay. Well, I might have got him confused.
Under the bus.
I was told I was off the show today about 3:00 in the afternoon.
Well,
but here you are.
Here I
you
am.
are. And we appreciate
You could send the
you
link
being
to
here.
everybody.
Well,
That's right.
Am I really a complainer? Am I known as a complainer, a whiner now?
No,
A
just
liar.
a liar.
A
No,
liar, a whiner.
I mean,
just
all
a
these-
liar.
But anyway, the topic of the show really is that we've got 6 professional artists here that have been doing this for a while, and we all have worked on a variety of different things, but there's always pages that you draw that you really like and you want to hang on to. Or in the case of, say, Andy and Graham, who hardly ever sell their work, there's got to be some pages in there that have special places in your heart. And that's what we're going to explore tonight. Take a look at some art and tell some stories about those things. And we'll look at art to bear as well. So there'll be a lot of looking at art today. So Andy, you always seem to be like the first one, right?
I know.
Oh, the pressure's on. But would you like to share your first offering and tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. I feel no pressure. So I will say, like Aaron said, I sold my art for I think maybe the first 3 or 4 years I was in the business, and then I stopped selling it. So if somebody inked me, they got their cut. Other than that, I've got a crap ton of art. Mm-hmm. So instead of trying to look through everything, a few pieces just popped right into my head. Okay. So that's just what I went with. So this first piece is from not too long ago, 2015, and it's Superman, and it's the only time I've ever drawn a Superman cover.
Oh wow!
And it was for the adult. It was for the coloring book covers they were doing.
Beautiful.
Wow, look at all that! My gosh,
That's gorgeous, man.
I can't
Holy
see
shit.
more Superman work after seeing
curl
that.
on his hair.
Well, because it's the young, it's the other
That
Superman.
transition Superman. Okay.
The transition.
Right. So Mark Chiarello, who hired me, said, it's for a coloring book, kind of the adult type, which has tons of detail and stuff. And I said, okay. So I sent him a sketch. I sent him a few, and he's like, they all look good. Just pick one. So I picked this. And I remember when I sent it in, he was like, holy crap. You went crazy. And I said, well, dude, you said, because my wife has some of those coloring books with all the detail and stuff. And I said, well, you said it's supposed to be, really detailed up. So, yeah.
That's great. It was like some sort of like space bugs or something that are attacking him there.
Yeah, just robotic type bugs.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Dude,
A lot of work,
that's-
man. It's really nice.
That's cool, dude.
amazing.
It's better than
lot
the
of
ones I
detail.
did.
That
So,
ink work is
yeah.
so clean too, dude.
That looks great.
Coloring book, baby.
And that's the only Superman piece you ever did, or cover you ever did.
Cover.
Yeah.
Yep. I drew the classic Superman before inside books, and then on the back is some underdrawing, just checking stuff out.
Oh, like John Buscema.
Yeah, I got
That's
little
right.
drawings on both sides.
So that is this is one I won't part with.
Nice.
So
Now,
yeah.
Did they put that stamp on it, or did you?
No, I have a stamp. That pencil's by Andy Smith stamp. It's one of the self-inking ones. That stamp is 30 years old, and it still works.
Have you ever? So you haven't re-inked it? You still? Is it encased in
It's
there?
It's you know what I mean by self-inking, right?
Kind. Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No,
And it
I've
still
never,
works.
because when I shared a studio with John Beatty when I first got in the business, he had a stamp that said inks by. Because remember, this goes back when you used to mail artwork in, right? And he was like, dude, you should get a stamp the back of every piece of artwork you do, then they won't F it up and send your art to somebody else.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
So I was like, that's a very good idea. So that's what I did for the longest time. So
Cool.
Stamp the
Randy
front
Elliott
and the
used
back.
to do that.
Let me grab.
no,
this
I just
real
stamped
quick.
the back.
You stamp the front right on Superman. Chris,
Yeah.
$10. Thank you, Chris, very much. Gents, making travel plans for Garden State Comics Show in June. What's the gathering place to hang Saturday evening? Don't want to miss the tailgate party. What can you
Parking
tell me,
lot.
Graham?
Hotel parking lot.
Yeah, I would say
Hotel we're at.
details will follow the closer it gets.
Yeah, because there's two. It's the Hyatt suites, but there's two of them.
Right.
And a lot of people got confused last time and went
Right.
to the wrong, or a couple of people went to the wrong one. So we'll let you
Wrong
know. We'll
Hyatt.
get the address and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get the address and we'll post it.
Time.
We're gonna back up the pickup trucks, lower the gates. We're gonna have places to sit. We're gonna be out there smoking cigars. It's gonna be fantastic. God willing, it won't rain.
And if it does, we go inside or we go underneath the. Remember, there's an awning. We can go.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the parking area. We could stand around there and smoke.
But it's not going to rain.
No, it's not gonna rain. It wouldn't dare do that to
Not in New
the Sushi
Jersey.
Kings.
That's
It's gonna be
right.
A real hillbilly hoedown, rednecking.
Well, you can send everybody to Marcus Killiger says send everyone to the wrong hotel. It'll be a fantastic prank.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. that'll
Why's
be
our
great.
viewership down after
Great.
that convention? I have no idea.
That's right. No one
Why,
watches
why,
it for
why
everybody
all the
anymore.
returns on the?
The
on
book.
Yeah, our campaigns are going backwards.
yeah.
Hey, Dan Fraga, boom. This you said this might be a challenging thing for you, and then you realized you actually did have a stash. So what
Yeah,
have you got for us? What's your first offering here tonight?
My first offering, all of these have different reasons. I'm just going to kind of go in some sort of logical order in my own mind.
Hey,
So
Aaron, how,
I-
how many are we supposed to have?
As many as we have time for. At least 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I have
Alright.
4, but
Yeah, I got 5. So
I got at
whatever
least-
we can get through.
I got
So-
20.
Oh, I can get a couple more, no problem.
Yeah.
Are you showing me a scan or are you gonna hold something up, Dan?
I'm going to hold something up, but I want to finish my story, man.
Okay, all right. Go
Sorry,
ahead.
Dan.
There you
It's
are. It's all
okay.
yours, Eddie. The floor's yours.
So the last time I had been before this piece, the last time I had any comic book work in print was August of 2002 with Black Panther number 50, and I left comics and went into storyboards, and then got a call from Rob Liefeld in 2015. and we had a long discussion, and we hadn't talked in almost 15 years
Wow.
up until that point. And he said, "Man, I would really like for you to do a cover for Bloodstrike." And I said, "Okay." And he wanted to know if I was up for it because I hadn't drawn comics at that point 13 years, and but I kept my blade sharp, and I said, "I will do it, but I would like my choice of colorist, and I would like to ink it myself." I basically threw these sort of like, "Yeah, I'd do it, but caveats."
Mhm.
So anyway, I was very invested in doing my damnedest on this piece, being that it was my first piece in print in a very long time, more than a decade, and I wanted to show people like, hey, I'm still here, and not only am I still here, but I'm better than I was, even though I've been gone. So this is a cover of I don't even know, it's a Bloodstrike issue, but I did pencils, inks, I hand lettered the logo. You can see. It was I wanted that whole like McFarlane Stranko thing of breaking the logo. I wanted to make it an all boys cover, all the boys from the team. So
Could you just move it back a little bit? It's blurry.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Sorry.
your internet must be kind of slow
Yeah,
tonight because you're fuzzy.
Little,
Oh yeah,
you're getting a little like water drip effect.
And now you're frozen.
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
you were
Oh, you're back.
Yeah.
Great.
So that's busy as heck, man. There's a lot of characters in there. How long?
This took me a while. I mean, it was pencils, inks, all that. Probably about 3 days.
Back it up a little bit. It's real pixelated by me.
It's gonna be
Here,
the
let
only
me-
thing he
I think
can
it's
do is
Dan's
maybe
internet.
scan it, and then.
No,
then-
let me bring my resolution down, and maybe my streaming will be a little quicker. How's that? Better?
No.
Worse?
No.
Yeah, about the same.
Like the eye doctor says, about the same. One
Okay.
or two.
Well, that's
or
typical for Murphy's Law stuff. So anyway, it's a Bloodstrike cover. There it
What
is.
number is it?
What number so people can look it up?
I don't know. I didn't put it on the thing. It's drawn on
All right.
image paper
I want
though.
a Google search.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This sucks.
do Bloodstrike by Frege.
That's what I'm going to
Yeah.
do.
I'll look it up and I'll screen share.
I got it.
Yeah,
Oh, you
man.
found it?
Ooh, Lopez.
Oh, boy,
well, if you
Lopez,
then.
boy, you guys are hard workers.
I found it too.
These people.
Bloodstrike
my
Volume 2, number
God.
1, cover B.
I already
Okay.
found it.
That's
Okay.
it right there, isn't it?
Boom! Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Yep. Matt Yackee on colors.
Dude, I could not tell that was the same cover as one you showed, to be honest.
Yeah,
with you.
I never would have guessed it. Holy shit!
Sorry about the blurriness, guys. I don't know what was happening.
That's good. That's cool. I can't believe that's nice with the logo because seeing it printed like that, you just would have thought that the logo was popped in, but that's cool that it's on the
No.
original.
I did hand lettered it myself.
No, wait a minute.
And
I mean-
suck at lettering.
Bigger props if you would have done the image eye as well. But hey,
Yeah, I can't be.
And the
Everything.
$3.99. Let's go. Come on.
well,
Yeah.
All right. Okay. But seriously, what's going on here? I see Cable up there. I see Wolverine in the foreground. Who are these characters, really?
I'm glad I like you, Aaron.
Aaron,
Yeah, they're
well now,
very-
Dan,
very-
you have to actually name them for us.
Shogun, Cabot. I don't remember the Wolverine-looking guy's name. Oh, Deadlock. And then the other guy with the mask on is also another version of Cabot as the Bloodstrike character. But yeah, they're archetypes, and I think I leaned more into their archetypes than their designs. But wish fulfillment.
did you say what year this was, Dan?
2015.
Okay, so that's not that long ago. Okay.
Oh no, it was 8 years ago. 8 years ago.
Yeah,
Time flies, huh?
that's
Oh,
cool.
that's cooler, though. That's awesome.
But yeah, that sucks about my internet. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna check something.
Well, thankfully, we can always find your work online, Friday.
Andy Smith's got your back.
You know
Billy,
Yes.
You
I
have
a
something
fun
you would like
piece.
to share with us.
Yeah, I do. So this is my only original that I have that's not buried in my flat files, and I apologize.
Mhm.
But this is for my first, I believe it's my first work for DC Comics. Yeah, it definitely is. And it's 2 pieces. It's 2 covers.
Not just one.
Not just one, but 2 covers. And what this is when I did my first work for them, which was Sergeant Rock the Lost Battalion.
Yeah.
So I have the 2 covers on official DC artboard.
Of course.
Yep, and I draw on the other side.
Drawing on the other side.
But what? See, this is the covers. But what this
Oh,
has,
yeah.
this is issue number 1. This is issue number 6. So I kept the 2. No, I'm sorry. This is issue number 2, because somebody offered me a lot of money for issue number 1. But the cool thing about that, these are for my sons, so that they'll have them. And what it is if you look, all these signatures
I see
Stan
Stanley.
Lee.
are by World
Yeah.
War II veterans. So
Oh
these
my
are all
gosh.
the Easy Company guys from Band of Brothers. But look,
Joe
Joe
Kubert.
Kubert signed it right here. For
Oh.
my son William. And they
Wow.
signed this one for my son Matthew. Where is it? There's Stan again.
Yep.
Where's Joe? He's here. But these are all like Medal of Honor recipients. Again, all World War II heroes. And they're all like
That's
gone
cool.
now.
That
But,
is really, really
it's
cool, Billy.
Really, really cool. Mutt Sakamoto right here. Mutt, this was sent to Hawaii, and Mutt was actually the guy when they rescued the Lost Battalion. He's the first one to reach them. And if you look over here, there's Joe Kubert's to my son Matthew. So
Oh, yeah, there it is, yeah.
Joe Kubert, because he's a Korean War veteran. Plus he's
He's
uh,
Joe Kubert.
Rock.
Well,
He's
he's Joe
Sergeant
Kubert,
Rock,
Sergeant
yeah.
Rock. I mean,
Yeah. So this is the, and like I said, this is what just something that I'm like, I can't get rid of these. The other covers, it's amazing. It was my first DC work. Joe Sinnott for my son Matthew too over here.
Oh my goodness.
He's
Yeah.
World War
yeah.
II veteran too.
Wow.
And the cool thing is that it was crazy because the first work I did for DC, and there was a first Sergeant Rock book in a long time. There's a Big 5 war collectors group, and they spend a lot of money on comic art. So they just kind of, they made my wife an offer she couldn't refuse.
Now, hang on a second. What are we talking about here?
For the other covers,
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Sergeant Rock, and some of the other art. It was a lot of art. It was but then I
You just said they made your wife an offer she couldn't refuse. I'm like, hey, now wait a minute, what's going on here?
hello, yeah. So, but these are all Lawson Sakai. Like these are all, and they're all gone. They all became my friends. And it just, incredible amount of paratroopers. Don Burgett, see, he's down here.
Wow.
Wow,
He's there.
That's freaking cool.
A 506, 101st Airborne, and just a great gift for something keepsake for my children. And it's sad because, like I said, all of these guys are gone, every one of them. And it's
Did you put fixative on that so they don't smear?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
No.
So
Just something
is that
like
pretty normal for you, Billy, is to shoot from your pencils?
Say it again.
Is that pretty normal for you to scan from your pencils and
Yes.
then color it?
Yeah,
rather
that's
than
what I
ink
did.
it?
Yeah, because I wanted my stuff to. Well, I had some problems with inkers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That they just, especially the eyes, drove me nuts because some inkers.
oh yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
and they
That's like
Yeah,
the
I
key
hear
part.
you, Billy. Inkers are the worst.
And I know there's great inkers like you, Art, that are great draftsmen. Some of the inkers I ran into, though, Michael Baer was fantastic. Jimmy Palmiotti was great. But some of the other inkers I ran into, I kind of learned pretty quickly that the reason why they were inkers is, and they told me that they couldn't make it as pencilers, so they became inkers.
Right.
And I've got nothing against inkers. I love inkers, but you know how much time it takes to ink stuff yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But even for that Sergeant Rock book, because of the documentary style of it, they would have just lost all the detail that I did. And I have a lot of those pages. I saved them.
Well, I think if you find the right colors, you can shoot right from the pencils. 'Cause
Yeah,
some
that's-
colors
yeah.
are really heavy
Yeah.
and it doesn't work. But if you
Right.
can find the right colors, that can be
Particularly
magic,
nowadays,
man. Where you
with
get
how you
it's a little
scan.
transparent. The color's a little transparent, so you can still
Yep.
see the pencil texture and stuff. I like that look.
Yeah,
I remember
and
when
your friend
Hubert was
saying,
doing that.
With today's technology, you don't need, this
Right.
big black line around things. You don't need
No.
it. It's a great look, but you
Yeah.
don't necessarily need it.
Yeah, you
don't
can
have to
reproduce. The cameras couldn't capture that
Yep,
sort
it's a
of thing.
beautiful watercolor effect I think it
Yeah.
gives to it. And it made my stuff different than than a lot of the majority of it. That I was one of the first people, if not the first person I know. I am the first person that shot directly from my pencils.
Gene Colan.
I remember J. Anceletto.
Gene Colan did. Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah, and John Byrne did it in Captain America too.
Yeah,
I did.
Neil Adams.
Well, actually, Neil Adams even before Gene.
Yeah,
Colan.
Neil Adams, Green Arrow.
Well, listen,
I like that you guys are stepping all over Billy. Billy's like, I'm the first, and you guys are like, no, you weren't. This guy.
He's taking credit.
The 25th penciler to do that.
Stolen valor.
Hey,
Billy's
Aaron.
taking stolen valor.
Aaron,
we are truly becoming brothers because that's what brothers do, man. They just go at each other.
Is that
Oh,
blurry?
there you go. Yeah,
It's better.
Better.
That's better.
Okay, yeah, because I ran a speed test and it seemed like things were faster.
Yeah, it's better.
Maybe bring it back a little bit.
Yeah.
A little more.
Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah.
You
What
can
zip
see it
code
okay?
are you in?
We can see it better. It's way better than it was.
Yeah, it's way better.
Better, but it's still blurry.
Your camera doesn't look like it's set for high def.
Go off camera and scan it in.
Well, because even you, Dan, is a little unfocused.
Yeah,
so it's not just the artwork; it's
right.
You as well.
Well, you don't even have to scan it in. Just take a picture of it and email it to yourself.
Are you
there
saying
you
that
go.
he's visually blurry? Or you're saying that his whole pattern of talking is unfocused. He's all over the place. What are you saying, Art?
I wasn't going that deep, but
Oh, okay. All right.
Art doesn't dig that deep. Come on.
Once again, Presty's reading way more into it. Not Lopez, but Lepresti.
It's like the onion, right? The layers. You just peel it back. Okay, Art, it is your turn. It's tough to follow what Billy just did, but what have you got for us?
Oh, I'm gonna annihilate Billy.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, I'm just sticking with that whole brothers, just getting in each other. Well, there's this little documentary, Look Up in the Sky. Let me turn this off.
Why did they make Brandon Roth the bigger Superman?
Because this documentary came out the same time the movie did. And this was done by, what is the director of that? Bryan Singer. So this is Burns, the documentary guy, and then this is Bryan Singer. And so I am featured in this a few times, along with just about everybody that knows anything about Superman. And I got to follow Margot Kidder, so that was cool. And they used this piece of artwork right here. So,
yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I will never sell this here. So just like Billy's, this will stay in the family. And hopefully my daughter will think it's cool. Who knows? But right over here, let me see if I can, because there's a little bit of a reflection because of the glass. Yeah. This is my wife, Pamela. She was my girlfriend at the time.
Ooh. Oh, hello. Look at
these. Is that Elvis back there?
Is that Elvis?
Yeah, and so this guy right here, that's me. And then, this is Elvis and Priscilla.
Look at that hip.
Do you have a ponytail?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
You should white that out. That cover would be so much better.
You should white that out.
You look like a dope smoking hippie.
I am a dope smoking hippie. I can't say it either. And so, so this is the engagement. This is Lois showing off her engagement ring to Jimmy. And so this is Clark and Lois bringing the news on Jimmy, Pamela Winesett, and Art T. Bear, and Elvis and Priscilla Presley.
Nice.
Excellent.
Yeah. So
wait, who's the dude? Who's the? Is that not a real person you drew next to Clark's head in the background, or is that just
those are the guys that used to help me in the studio? So I think that's something Owens, and the other guy is actually Trevor Scott. So he was hired by Jim Lee. I think one of the first hires Jim Lee did when he launched Homage or Wildstorm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so brilliant talent, still working today, and you can see all the really bad paste. Well, it all gets
yeah, that's the glue, isn't it? That is that grip? Is that
rubber cement? It's rubber cement.
Oh.
Yeah, it gets all bad, and it discolors after a while, and you can see the blue pencil notes and everything.
It is a nice
I
charm.
love that though.
Like as if
Yeah,
you like,
cool.
I don't know, since we're talking like brothers, maybe you brush some shit onto a beautiful piece of
We're talking like brothers. Yeah, you crush some shit
Since
on
we're
there.
talking about brothers, like brothers.
Yeah, that's what a brother would do. That's what a dead brother would do.
Death Metal Hero says, "Hey, now not everyone who smokes dope is a hippie. Just saying."
Yeah.
Hey,
some of them are
since we're
metalheads.
talking like brothers, Art, it looks like you drew yourself standing on a couple apple crates or something because you're pretty tall back there. Since we're talking like brothers.
He's just shaking his head. That hurts, Andy.
You don't even get a response, Andy.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at him. He's just.
I
Now
may
you
have-
really are like my brother.
I may have a finger dedicated to you later in the show.
Oh, okay.
It's a middle one.
The middle.
It doesn't
yeah,
get a
the
lot of
middle
use
finger,
these
the middle
days,
finger.
but I'll bring it out of retirement for you.
Nice.
Speaking of giant birds, right? Graham.
Well, what do I lead with here?
Yeah, top that.
I'm gonna go with my favorite cover, my favorite Batman cover I ever did, and this one has been reprinted probably more than most.
Did your brother smear poop all over it?
Oh yeah, I like that one.
Oh, I know.
Oh, that thing's rocking. Yeah.
I love that one actually.
That's
Got
the
the
cover
villains in
to Detective 711, and
Oh, I like this cover.
it was inked by Tom Palmer, one of his first jobs when he came.
The Tom.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
That is cool. A little bit piece of history there.
Who inked the inside?
Cam Smith, I believe.
Oh, really? The Brit?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
good too.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
Hey, Graham, what
he
was
did,
your run? What was your Batman run?
do you-
from 650 to 722, I believe. It was
Holy
it was a 6-year run.
Holy crap.
Wow,
Nice.
That's like
a lot, man.
70,
That's
70
significant.
plus issues?
No, I guess.
Did
Wow.
you have
That's
any
awesome.
fill-ins at all?
Oh yeah. There were some fill-ins, but when I took time off, I was doing some other Batman project.
Did
Most of the time.
did you create any significant villains or anything during that run, Graham?
That is so Lopez.
Oh,
That's
man.
Jimmy Reyes, right?
You guys, yeah. Well, there was an archer.
Oliver
There's an
something.
archer by the name of Bane.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oliver Bane?
Yeah. That's it. No, Clint Barton Bane.
There you go.
So
No, that would have been
what
a
I
blast.
loved about this was I got to draw all these different villains in here, and
Mhm.
I just chose which ones I wanted to do.
Oh, cool.
So I chose my favorites: the Joker, obviously Bane,
Mhm.
and then Two-Face, Catwoman, Ra's al Ghul, and then
Mhm.
this is the Penguin that I redesigned, which is the one that they used for the latest Batman movie, The Batman. That's why I got credit in that movie.
Nice.
Did you get any money though?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say.
You know, the best part is that Riddler face. Like you could just see from the nose down, but it's
Oh, yeah.
so in character. Like it's not a lie.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I mean, even if you didn't have the little
Question
question
marks?
marks on it, you'd
Yeah.
know who that character was.
And then Scarecrow,
Right. And then Killer
and,
Croc up there.
Poison Ivy here.
Mhm. Yeah.
Did you curse the
Uh,
logo when it went over all those guys'
Not
face?
sure who this guy is.
Who is that?
I don't know. Let's ask the penciler.
I have no idea who that dude is. Looks like he's.
Let's ask the chat. Maybe they'll know.
Hey, to be fair,
Use your lifeline.
it's
Use your lifeline.
1997, so what is that?
Okay. That could have been. It was a while ago. It was a
Yeah, a
few
lot
years
of, lot
ago.
of whiskey since then, huh, buddy? So
lot of brain cells died.
Oh my gosh.
It might be.
Now, did you pick the
I'm still
order?
working on
Did you
Kill
pick the
Mine.
order of where they went in the screens, or did you tell them who you're drawing and they said put them here, here, and here?
No. I didn't tell them I was drawing. I just did it.
Oh, you didn't put Bane front and center?
Yeah, but he dropped
No,
them
that
under the
would've
logo
been- that
because if
would've
he
been
put them
too
up
obvious.
higher, you would have been blocked out.
Yeah, actually, you
wanna
know
be-
what? I just noticed in Catwoman is a pay stub.
Oh.
It's like Tom Palmer pasted it up. So I
No,
don't
I
know.
did it. I did it for you. You're welcome.
Think he
Graham.
screwed it up or something?
Maybe he screwed it up, or oh wait, the Scarecrow's a paste up too.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Wait a
where you
second.
put Bane, and Tom's like, "Nothing. This character will never come to anything."
Well, now, so what you're saying, this is like back in the old days where they would do it on another piece of paper, X-Acto knife, cut it out, then glue it on the one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's not a stat; it's original art. It's
it's original art.
Wow,
it-
how about that?
So I'm not sure why that is.
There's a lot of mysteries to be uncovered on Graham's cover.
Yeah.
How about that?
Lopez, I sent you something in the private chat. If you get to it, check it out. I don't know if you can, but maybe even after or something. But just check it out.
But don't read it out loud.
Don't read it out loud.
Okay.
He was going to, you know it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but Graham will read it out loud.
I don't really get it.
No. I'm
just-
just read it out. I'm going to read it out loud. And Billy, no, it is not 12 inches long.
Oh,
No shit.
I was going to say, I'm offended because Billy never private chats on my channel, XXOO. So,
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's
All
not
right.
Oh, I read it.
Now,
It's-
speaking of homework, I actually scanned my art so that I can actually just bring it up on.
Oh.
That's
I'm
a
not
shot at
trying to,
old
I'm
Dan
not trying to
Frege,
say I'm,
isn't it?
better than anybody or whatever.
Aaron, it's all good. I mean, some of us just have priorities with books we're drawing for backers. So,
Oh, yeah. Oh, what are you talking about?
Oh.
wow.
Andy went there.
Wow.
This is the roast. This is the roast show.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh, look at this.
So this is back in my sludge days. This has been 93. And I was working on the book when Shelley was pregnant with Josh. And lo and behold, I was working on the book when Shelley had Josh. And lo and behold, I was sitting, we got a hotel,
Nice.
a room with 2 beds in it in the hospital. And I was sitting in, Shelley was in one bed, of course. I was in the other, working on this page while the day my son was born. So
oh, wow.
she had him like in the other bed, nursing him for the first time and all that kind of stuff. And I'm sitting there working on this page. Nurses coming in going, "What are you drawing?" So this was a page that was drawn the night my son was born. So
God bless.
Nice.
and so I was spent the night and was able to spend the night in the hospital with her because they had the room with the extra bed, and I worked on that throughout most of the evening to make sure I got it done on time. So I wasn't going to let a little thing like the birth of my first child get in the way of my deadline. So, so that's
True professional.
That
To
is
the
really
end.
funny, Aaron,
To the core.
because like when I first got married on our honeymoon, I had a deadline for the story. And I cranked the shit out of that thing to get it done so I could get on my honeymoon. And I look back on it, and there's no way I would keep those pages.
Well, I'm not saying this is like a great piece of artwork. I'm just saying it has sentimental value to me.
Right.
So,
Right.
Yeah, I
Now,
get
who
it.
inked it?
Gary Martin did.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't in the hospital room though. So Shelley
Thank
and I were
goodness.
both giving birth that night. Yeah, there you go. That's right. Dan the Pizza Man says Lopez has his priorities straight. Well,
Aaron's like, Gary, stand next to Shelley. Let her squeeze your hand and teach her how to breathe. I got to get this page done.
I need my right hand.
Oh,
Hey, I also remember what we were watching there was a George Strait was in some cowboy movie, and that was on TV while we were watching. While I was working on this that night too. I always remember that. I can't remember the name of it. What was it? I don't know. George Strait, the country singing.
Yeah.
Star, right. He did a movie, and I can't remember what it was called, but Chad helped me out. So those are the 2 things that the George Strait movie, and then of course this page from Sludge number 2. Okay, so that's pretty
Now,
much all.
see, I can remember when we were in the hospital the night before Helen gave birth to Courtney, we were watching the season finale of Alias that year. So,
Well, it's funny how those important events, they will certain things about them will stick in your mind.
yeah.
And good old George Strait and Sludge. What a combination.
Gotta love
What a
him.
combo.
We
Nice.
found we've been doing like a ton of house cleaning. Obviously, my studio's been totally redone, but we're cleaning out rooms and all this kind of stuff. And we found this assignment that Josh had when he was like in grade schools, and they had to answer all these questions, right? And he was like second grade or something, and it said, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And he said, "I want to be an engineer." And lo and behold,
Oh,
he's an
wow.
engineer. How about that?
How about that?
So just another little family story there to bore you with. Okay, second go through. Andy, what do you got there?
So one of my favorite jobs I ever did was it was 2004, and it was right after I think I left CrossGen, and I got to pencil and ink a whole issue of Hawkman, and I love Hawkman because big Joe Kubert fan, freaking love Hawkman. I was able to pencil and ink the whole book, so I still own all 22 pages. I can't afford the cover because Kevin Nolan drew it, so even if it was for sale, I probably couldn't afford it. But the splash page is just one of my favorites still. I want to change the setting real quick on the camera. Let's see if this pulls it out. Let's see. Oh, not really. All right, I'll go back to what it was at. Okay, anyhow. So it's the splash page of the book.
Oh,
I'll back it up.
very
And that's the JSA headquarters down below, so that was kind of a pain to draw. But other than that, it's a splash page to the issue of Hawkman.
And
I
who
did.
inked that, Andy?
I did.
Oh, you did. Okay, that's
Nice.
beautiful.
Yeah, I inked the whole book. I pencil and inked the whole book, so I still have all 22 pages.
I like the Sierra figure. She looks great.
Thank you. And on the last page of the book, I did a little tip of the hat to Joe, and I did the Hawkman and Hawkwoman heads like he used to do with the moon and stuff on the last page where, it would say what
That's
the next
beautiful.
story is.
I also like the upshot on Hawkman's face. That mask, that helmet of his, is hard to draw. Believe me.
yeah, it is.
Oh, I know. And you can see there, that's the editor circling that. I drew a dude giving his wife the what for, and they didn't want that in the book.
And he caught it?
And he caught it.
Yeah, they circled it. If you go to the printed book, that's not in the book.
Dude,
No
I'll tell you,
kidding.
if he tried to
It's
pull
pretty
it off today, it would
contrasty.
slide right by him probably.
Who was the editor, Andy?
Oh, that's great.
Oh, Stephen Wacker, I think.
Was it
Steve
Wacker?
Wacker?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I
good for
think
him,
so.
man. He caught it. That's cool.
Yeah.
What's going on in the figure in the upper left-hand window?
Oh, that's not. That's just like, hold on. That's just like some plant
Oh, some plants.
silhouette
Oh,
junk.
okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So
See if you
he
film.
never said
everything
anything.
now-
He didn't like call me and be like, dude, what are you doing? I got to take that out. He just took it out. So
That's
Damn,
really
Anderson,
good.
what are you talking about?
JW says Art was watching Abraham Lincoln's assassination while drawing his pages.
Humble brag.
oh,
That's true.
what are you talking about? Art was the sketch artist in the courtroom.
The wanted.
Art used to draw wanted posters. Oh gosh.
So there you go.
There you go.
So that's
Pay the
another one
bills.
that I've had many people ask to buy, and I'm like, no, man, it's the best page out of the whole book. So
People want to
That's
know
it.
if it was if the editor's name was Richard Wacker, but I don't think that was his first name.
Oh,
nope. And this was probably the last stuff I ever mailed up because it has the stamp on the back as well. So this was the last job I mailed up before I started scanning everything.
So no dick whacking.
No dick whacking.
yeah, and I'm sure
That's a
poor
great
guy-
page, man.
He's never heard
Thank
that
you.
before, the poor guy, I'm sure.
Yeah, Hawkman's one of those characters that is just a great visual. Like, I have seen so many good images of Hawkman. I don't understand why that character doesn't sell better. You know what I mean? Like, it's such a great looking character.
Yeah.
Yeah, great
always
artists
had-
have worked on that book. Yeah.
It was always hard to figure out how much of his wings, how much of the background to let his wings cover up, and what you do with his wings so it doesn't cover up everything behind him and stuff like that. So I always
I
I
hated
think
that
in
one.
that, when I was drawing that, I just played the wings from the because I've wings are tough because sometimes I'll draw them kind of like, well, this is how bird wings flap, and then I threw that out the window for that book. And it was just like, how can I do something cool with the wings to frame up the image, compositionally and stuff, and just make it more. Well, wings were organic anyhow, but you know what I mean.
Well, that's the same issue you
stylized
run
or-
into with Batman. Is the cape?
The capes are
How
always
much of the
same.
cape do you cover up the background with, or how do you define the cape or move it to create some type of mood or effect? The same thing with the wings. You can manipulate it, especially when you're drawing the bird wings that Hawkman had. When I had to do Hawkman for Hawkworld, he had those metallic wings.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it was, I didn't get
Yeah,
that
I had to do that too. It wasn't. I didn't.
That
like
had to be a letdown. Going, Vern, we want you to draw Hawkman, and you're like going, yes, and he's got these metallic wings, and you're like, okay.
Well,
So-
I liked the Tim Truman series, and
Yeah, so did I.
I was not a Hawkman fan growing up, so it didn't really matter to me. I thought the Alcatina Truman stuff was awesome. So
I
followed
always thought that Joe Kubert cover where Hawkman's got the mace and he's going after that dinosaur, that monster.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's what I want to see. They never did it. Like I just want to see Hawkman pummel like monsters and stuff. I think that would be so cool.
Hey, he's
because
cool
he
looking.
can't use those weapons on a human, not really.
No.
It's too barbaric, but he can on like a monster or an animal.
I think the
or a
characters
supervillain.
I think the characters that transcend, like the people like the most, because I always thought Hawkman looked really cool, but he wasn't relatable in the sort of way, like he wasn't in an environment and didn't have sort of a lore behind him that was relatable. To me, he was just cool looking. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think
Kind of
you're
like
right,
Silver
Dan.
Surfer. It's
Yeah.
kind of like Silver Surfer.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of like Boba Fett.
I wanted to answer a couple
Where?
questions. Jimmy Owens, Black Flag is coming along great. Alexander Jensen says, why am I never on CG Kings anymore? Because I go to bed at 9:45. That's why. I wake up at 4:30 every morning, and I have this much time to sleep. The rest of the time, I'm busting my ass.
The man's going to the gym, people.
Yeah,
right.
well,
Right.
trying to be
getting
like
it
Graham.
together.
Trying to be
Getting
like
it
Graham.
together. All right. Well, Fraga, now you have supplied me with the scan. Do you want to say something, or can I just bring it up?
Well, first, I want to pull it up first. I want to tell the story behind this. So, talking about relatability, we were just talking about Hawkman and characters like Batman was relatable. Spider-Man, my favorite character of all time, was relatable. I got to meet him when I was 5 at the mall. I saw him on Electric Company, and then he had his TV show, and like Spider-Man was very much part of my youth, and I really, really wanted to draw him. The first time I got to draw him was in a crossover, which was Bad Rock Spider-Man, which was I think written by Dan Jurgens. Marat drew one half, I drew the other, and so at Ralph Macchio at Marvel saw it and said, would you like to draw a fill-in of Spider-Man? And it was during the Peter Parker Spectacular stuff that Howard Mackey was writing, and Scott Hanna was inking, and J.R. Jr. was drawing. And it was during the era of Flashback. You guys remember those -1s?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
issues.
they're
did
like,
one, yeah.
we're going to have you draw the Flashback. And I was like, oh my God, this is bucket list, right?
Mhm.
So each of these stories start off with Stan the Man Lee leading you into this story of back in the day.
Mhm.
Well, the thing that sucked was Spider-Man was in 2 panels of the whole issue. The entire
Right.
story
Yep.
was about Gwen Stacy's dad and his brother on a detective hunt for this Red Goblin character. So I only got to draw Spider-Man in the first panel and the last panel, but I did get to draw Stan Lee. And this is the reason I've kept this page. I gave it away at one point. A friend gave it back to me. Once I got it back, I kept it. So if you go back to around 2010, 2011, I was directing a TV show called The Ricky Gervais Show. We got a call at our production from PAL Media, which was Stan Lee's company, saying that he wanted to meet the people behind the show, right? And that was like a weird thing because apparently the Ricky Gervais Show was one of his favorite shows. So we all went down there, and in my mind, I'm like, what the hell? I'm going to Stan Lee's office because he wants us there, and he has probably no idea that, like, I used to work for Marvel and that, like, I'm a huge Stan Lee, nut for, the reason. So anyway, I got him to sign my How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way, and I also got him to sign the page that I drew him on. Hopefully it will be a good, if you go full screen, hopefully it won't be super blurry.
Okay, so where are you?
Don't share my screen. There, can you see it?
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
still
it's a little blurry, but
It's a
you
little
get the gist of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and down here it says my good old pal Daring Dan.
Oh, you got him to sign that?
Oh yeah, because
Daring
Dan.
like I was saying, the thing that was interesting about this visit was he was wanting to meet us. He wanted to meet the people behind his favorite show. So when I went in there and I was like, "Can you sign this?" He's like, "I'll sign anything you want, kid." I'm like, "I actually drew you before." "Oh, that looks just like me." And that's my. So yeah, he signed it up, and I also got my How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way signed by him. And if you want to share that screen, you can see what the thing looked like in print.
What did he say when you told him he actually worked for Marvel?
He thought it was cool. That was it. He wasn't. I mean, he didn't really care. He wanted to talk about Ricky Gervais.
Right.
That looks cool, man.
Yeah.
I did one of those too, and it was like it was Deadpool, but Deadpool wasn't in the comic, but he was on the splash page like this with Stan.
Yeah.
Although I sold that page. I sold that page to John Smith, so at least I know who has it. But
That's good. That's good.
Oh, yeah, that's
so
a lot of copy on that page.
with Stan, he's got a lot to say.
I'm just saying, I know how to work word balloons, man. John Malin.
Oh wait,
Yeah, I
I
had
didn't mean to point that out, Dan.
No.
That's nice.
If
So
he goes for
that's
higher,
it.
I got to draw stuff.
And I will be holding on to that one just because it's
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
The fact
Great
it's signed
story.
by Stan is amazing.
yeah. And it's back before he had the handlers
Yeah.
giving him popsicle sticks and the puppeteering,
Yeah.
the sad days.
Very cool.
Sad days is right.
Sad days
Yeah.
indeed.
But I think you ought to embrace the nom de guerre he gave you.
Oh,
Daring.
the daring, the
Yeah,
daring.
Daring Dan. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah, the alliteration of it all.
Yeah, well, that's what he was all about. I think you should do that.
I know, guys. Listen, I actually knew this internet issue was happening since last week, and Cox Wi-Fi is coming out because my download speeds are at 500, but my upload speeds are at 3, and they're usually around 35. So there's something wrong. We've reset the whole network. We've done everything we could on this, and a technician is coming tomorrow.
BS Warren for $5. Thank you for that $5, man. I appreciate it. He says, Fraga, close the window. You're letting all the Wi-Fi out. So there you go. Maybe that'll solve the problem.
Good. I like that.
Tell everybody in your house to get off the internet, Dan. You're
right.
doing
Get off
something
Get off
important.
my Wi-Fi lawn.
That's right. Say, Daddy's on the internet with the bros. Everybody else, do something normal. Read a book for 2 hours.
I'll tell every one of my kids, bros before hoes.
That's right.
That's
Congress
right.
are jamming the signal
Absolutely.
according to Dr. Mask there. So that could be it too.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Did you just call your kids hoes?
I think you got the joke.
That's horrible.
And by the way, Mr. Lopez, when you say you sold the page to John Smith, you're not talking John from CrossGen, are you?
No.
Okay.
Guy that I know from San Diego Comic-Con. In fact, I've known him actually longer than I've known Shelley. He was like there when I was like starving artist in Artist Alley the first year and everything, and has always like bought my garbage when it was garbage, and now he still supports me, and he's become a pretty good friend over the years. So yeah, he bought it from me like way back in the when I was like getting $100 for a splash page was a lot of money.
That's okay.
God.
We've all been there.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
I seen
So-
covers I sold for $250 at a show go for like $5,000.
I know, you're just
Ugh.
like
Holy smokes!
well, I told you, I don't know. I told you the story when Dale Keown was working on my werewolf cover for me for the first Wraith of God. I was on Comic Link, which is an auction site for comics and original art, and they had one of his Hulk covers up that they were showing. Oh, this just sold for blah blah blah. His Hulk cover, one of his Hulk covers, it was the one where he has that big machine gun he's holding, and he's
Oh yeah.
Classic.
went for $90,000.
Oh,
And I told that to Keown, and his reply to me was swear jar.
Well, I had this guy try to get this. It's a panel page. It's not even a splash page from Vengeance of Bane #1, first appearance of Bane. It was a panel page of Bane jumping around stuff. Great page, and I told him I wanted $50,000 for it, and he offered me 20. I said no, I can't do it. And so he comes back. He keeps nickel and diming me, and he goes. This goes on for about a year. He says, "This is a Grail thing for me. I gotta have this. What can I do? Blah blah." I said, "Pay $50,000." He goes, "No, but I can't afford that." He finally gets it up to $45,000,
holy shit.
and I say, "Okay, fine. This is a Grail for you. It means that much to you. Great." Sold him for $45,000. Next year, the motherfucker puts it up at Heritage. It sells for $85,000.
Oh,
No way.
Gosh, what a
What?
Yep.
That's why you never go
What?
down. You never go down your
Oh
prices.
my gosh.
Was that from like the Vengeance of Bane special or something?
Yep.
Or?
Don't you hate that? Guys give you this sob story and blah blah blah. You find and granted, $45,000 is a lot of money, but still. And then he turns around and it's a Grail I gotta have, and he turns around and sells it. And you're just like
It doubles it.
Oh,
Damn.
Yeah.
oh.
I actually have some Grail pieces going up at auction at Heritage now in June. And one of them is page 38 of Vengeance of Bane. It's the first shot of Bane in full mask and costume with his henchmen around him, and he's standing there pointing as he comes up, kind of a semi-splash page.
Now this
Did
is
you
one
tell
you're
them
putting
what
up?
to start the bidding at, or?
No.
Did you get
No.
a guarantee from them?
No, they say that if you put those things on there, it hampers the actual bidding.
Now, do they do what? Can you reveal what the percentage they take is of if you sell something on through Heritage, do they take like 10, 15, 20?
I can tell you off camera.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just curious.
Cool.
Yeah, I wish I
Yeah,
had
you have
some
to
of
let
that
us know
stuff
when that stuff
from the
goes
90s.
live.
If
Yeah.
I had some artwork from the 90s, the Jim Lee, Art Adams stuff,
Yeah.
that stuff's going for.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm going to take some of my sludge pages. They're going to go for so much.
Oh yeah,
So much.
The other big one is the actual approved drawing of Bane, the design drawing of him that DC Comics approved. That's
You
still
have
have
that? You have that original?
yeah.
Oh,
That's
that's
going
cool.
that's going up at the auction with the henchmen as well.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a pair. You have to get the two together.
Is that early June?
Oh okay.
I don't know. I'm not sure when.
If it is Andy Smith, guess who's buying dinner at?
I was going to say we need to know.
Yeah, but I won't get paid for about a month. So.
Yeah, but you know it's coming. So
Okay. I'll just put it on my credit card.
Citizen Ronan's helping me out. Sludge, $2 confirmed. There you go.
Righteous bucks.
I could sell the entire issue and make $50.
God love him.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Billy, what do we got here?
I'll share my screen. I got 3 stages of it. The pencils I don't have. but I want to show it. I figure why not show it? But let me share my screen with you, laddie.
Share it with me, laddie.
Which I like this. Ooh, show the screen.
Oh.
Way to Warrior #1. This is the original pencils, which I have a scan of. And I mean, you gotta think this is like my first comics work. I don't know what the hell I was doing. My buddy did a cover that I paid. I don't even know if I paid him. I eventually paid him, but I don't think I had money to pay him. And it was a great cover, but it just wasn't right. And he got so upset that I didn't use his cover. We didn't talk for like 6 months. He was really upset with me about it. And I did pay him for it, but here's the scan of the original She. I think so. I had to rush to get it. Let me see if it's here. No, it's not. Okay, this is when I decided to get rid of the of this. She had a red circle around her right eye here with the white face paint. It looked very, very, very Image, very late late 80s, early 90s Marvel stuff. But here's that, and let me see if it'll carry over. Oh, it does. Okay, yeah. So there. I have the originals. So here's the inks. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I did it with brush and with rapidograph pens, but this is my Grail piece. Hell
yeah.
I mean, this is a changed my whole life.
Yeah.
And so there's a She, Way of the Warrior #1, and I even have. Do I get the card, Debbie? Yeah.
What do the kanji on her hand say?
Death. But it's She means death in Japanese. That's She's translate to death in Japanese. But I did it wrong because I didn't know.
She.
Yeah, She.
I thought that meant for.
It does, same thing.
Oh.
Yep. And if you look down here, if you see it, this part of the kanji should not be touching. So I had it wrong, but I didn't know. I was young. I didn't know what I was doing. But yeah, there's the Way of the Warrior #1 cover, and I still have that. It's I took it out of the frame
from the beginning of the Bad Girl era, right?
Yeah, there were no bad girls when this was drawn, and here's Debbie.
That's cool.
I had Debbie pose for it, and then we go here. Then of course here's the colored version, which was recolored by Wes Hartman, and we used that. Oh, it's a low res. I apologize. It looks like I look like Dan's camera now.
Damn you!
No, I apologize. But yeah,
Ball busters.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it. It's in perspectives all off. Her nose really wouldn't be like that. She got a little monkey nose. But, hey, you know what? And people said, and I'm so glad I went with this cover because a lot of people said it's what they saw from across the room because it was like, I wanted to be almost like a fashion magazine because you didn't see that a lot, or I hadn't. And with this white face popping, it just really stood out on the stands as opposed to my buddy's painting, which was beautiful, but it was very dark and atmospheric. And I don't think it would have taken off like it did if it wasn't for that. Well, so you take that, RT Bear.
So wait a minute. So you couldn't, hang on a second. So you couldn't you didn't think about using his painting for maybe a later issue or something like that?
I use it as a pinup in issue #2.
Okay.
Because she had the red circle over eye by and but the painting it wasn't right for the first issue. I needed something, and when you redo a piece of art over and over again, and I just kept working it. And then I'm like, you know what? Why don't I just do this and just have a little, the cross swords. And I've been offered a lot of money for this too, not $50,000 or anything like that. But, this is the piece of art that I don't know what you said, the face that launched 1,000 comics.
There you go. Look at that. No, that's a great piece.
Yeah, so that's my little piece.
Gray Wolf Graphics has a story here. He says, Aaron, about 10 years ago, I did some Civil War generals art calendars for $10 each. The pics could be framed. Someone paid $1,600 for a General Lee pic from one at a yard sale a couple of years ago.
Good for you.
About that. Sweet. Yeah, but I don't think he got the
money.
That
sucker in Virginia, you sell it for more.
Got to know your audience.
Yeah,
that's right. Top of the Mason-Dixon line if you want to make some money.
Yeah, that's right. All right, Artemis Taber, what have you got for us here?
All right, I do have the original to this, but I still have stuff in storage from when we moved from California, so I don't have the original. But the last Chrono Mechanics campaign, I did a lot of variants. So. This is Cheeks Galloway, Sean did one, and I got Carlo Barberi that did
Oh, nice.
Caravaggio.
Yeah, I love that.
And then I don't know who this guy was, Lopez, Aaron Lopez, that did Finn.
Nice enough to let me, slum around with those other talented guys. It's
yeah.
fun.
Oh man, you nailed it, dude. So good, so good. But this one right here, this is Tom Bancroft, Disney animator. I love all those animators. I can't believe I get to call this guy friend. And he just volunteered this, and he put this thing together and made a great cover. And I have, let me share screen with you. I have the original. He took a picture of it. And
what do you mean he volunteered this?
He liked the concept and everything. And he said, I like Doug. And so he just drew it. Put it together. Yeah, this was before I had the collection. I didn't even have a use for it when he did it. And so then, I did the variant covers later for the campaign.
Is that his pencils?
Yeah, these are his pencils. So you can see it's not quite done yet. Some of the characters are still in blue line. And so this is a work in progress by the great Tom Bancroft. And Tom and Tony Bancroft they did a lot of stuff on Mulan. Tom did Mushu, the character. He was the lead animator on that. And so the cool thing is he really got into it. So this is Doug. He's the rock star slacker in Chrono Mechanics. And so one of the things is when they get called to work, they just get pulled from their timeline. So you can't really see it too well, but he's kind of becoming invisible. He's kind of like Star Trek. Yeah, like so his legs are kind of kind of like Star Trek. They're kind of going away. Yeah,
transporter type stuff.
Yeah. So you see the girls are like, whoa, what's going on? And then the other girls are like, yeah, because they still get to touch him. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. I like the little girl that, she's really small and she's still trying to, like touch him. And I was just so flattered when he came up with this. And it's drawn on animation paper. So the little pinholes and stuff where it mounts to the animation. Yeah, it's still there. You can't see it in this image. But I just so amazing. It's kind of low res, but I can blow it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, did he ink this, or did he end up shooting from his pencils? How did you?
They're shot from his pencils. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, they're super clean, obviously.
Yeah. So when I scanned it, I got the blue out and everything. It cleaned up pretty well, and then I kind of boosted up the pencil. Made it a little more solid.
You didn't want to ink it yourself?
Oh no. I don't want to touch this thing. It's so amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have done it, blue lined it or something and inked it, but.
Yeah, I guess I still could. He even got the guitar, like the flames on the guitar. Like, it's just so perfect.
Well, the thing with it is, though, it's so clean, and it's like there's line weights in there. You know what I mean? It's like you don't really need to ink it. I mean, you just because it's so clean.
Yeah, it's perfect, and he's got the Gibson Les Paul guitar and everything. It's just so perfect. Just crazy flattered, and the little girl's got the D T-shirt because his nickname is the D, and so she's got the D Man T-shirt, and so it's in the 70s. So the girl's got kind of, I guess that's an upside down peace sign on her belt buckle.
That's not Youngblood.
It kind of does look like the Youngblood logo. But the girl,
so he drew the youngest girl with the shirt saying that she likes the D. Nice.
Jimmy Owen says Chrono. Hey, Jimmy Owen says Chrono is my favorite book, along with Wraith and Alien Alamo. Thank you, Jimmy. That's very kind of you.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Art, which piece of yours did you keep though?
Of Chrono?
No, because I thought this show was to show.
The point of the show was your
artwork, like your personal artwork that you did. Because if we're bringing out our art collections, that's a whole different show.
I thought it was just stuff that we had that we.
No, art's off the rails again.
We're
Jeez,
talking
Art.
about like our own stuff.
It's my character. Isn't that close enough? Jeez.
No,
We'll give it
stop
to-
smoking the reefer, hippie.
Oh,
God, he's blowing fatties all day when he reads the text from Aaron.
But look at this thing.
Now,
it's amazing.
Now we got a Mexican and we got a hippie in this group. I don't know what's happening.
Everybody's
What's going on?
What's going on here?
The world's
What
going to
what
hell.
happened to
Graham.
the bros?
Oh, my God.
I thought we had rules for that.
Yeah.
I was waiting for Art to go, and I did this page inside that Tom did.
I know, so was I. Well, when he got to his cover, I thought, oh, that's the one.
Yeah.
But I actually, Tom Bancroft, he's a great guy. He gave me and my wife a tour
He
of
gave you
Disney
some
when he was
heat?
still working there.
Oh, really?
Huh?
That's cool. Took you to, like, backstage Disney? I mean, the animation.
Yeah, when he was still working there in Orlando, he gave us a tour and stuff. He was did you ever see the John Henry short that he worked on?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That thing is so freaking good.
Yeah, it
it's
is.
wicked good.
You know what's great is Tom Bancroft's in the tour video too. So when they for
Oh, is he?
the park, yeah, when you go and you take the tour, he's got a little segment in there, so it's pretty cool.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Are the Bancroft? Are they older guys?
I think they're probably younger than we are.
Oh,
Graham.
okay. 'Cause
They're not younger than me, though.
But Andy,
No.
you said the John Henry thing. Isn't that the one with the American Myth with the guy?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
But wasn't that done in the 50s or 60s?
No, there's a new
Wow.
short.
Oh, there's a new
They
show.
did.
it's like in the early 2000s, right?
Somewhere around. I want to say he took us around Disney when we were still in Orlando. So it was it was 98 or 99, maybe.
I'll look it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I
he did a
remember-
drawing of
I
First
remember
Man
the
for
old
me
one.
on the animation paper and stuff.
Oh, cool.
Just- Yeah.
Oh,
He's
that's
great. Did you ever see his book, Opposite Forces, that he put out? His comic?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's-
great.
It's from 2000.
So, but this is before it came out when he was working on it, so 98, 99. So,
Let's all
Well,
show
hang on a second, hang on a
his
second.
art. I had
Hang on a
his art
second.
too.
Pastmaster Dan said there was a Tex Avery John Henry cartoon. Maybe that's what we're thinking of.
that's the older one, yeah.
Right.
No, there was
There was a Disney one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there?
Yeah,
An older one. Yeah.
yeah, because they did those American myths, like they did Paul Bunyan and Babe, the Blue
Right.
Rock.
Yeah, I remember that
they
one.
Did, they did the
Yeah.
John Henry one too, and then he was like going against the guy with the thing that would put the rail stakes in
The pile
with
driver.
yeah, and he's like going fast, and John Henry is busting it, and I love those cartoons. Those are
Yeah.
really cool.
Now, I don't
Yeah,
know if I should out his age on the live stream, but he's 55, so I just did.
Okay.
So.
So he'd fit in with this crowd. He'd fit in with this
Oh,
crowd.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, Art, thanks for sharing someone else's art. Graham?
Poor guy. All right, I'm gonna. I have a little twofer here because it's the only time I got to draw these characters, and you guys know how much I love the Fantastic Four.
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Now, what was this for?
this
Those
was
look
for
are those
Marvel
smaller?
Marvel Adventures, Fantastic Four Marvel Adventures, whatever, number
Yeah.
35. And I don't know what title this one. It's 30
So
something.
Those are covers for the Marvel Adventures FF book.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Those are fantastic, man.
Yeah, those are great. Pardon the pun, right?
This is the first one. This
Mhm.
evergreen cover, which was really cool because I got to kind of do a modern FF, but also throw some Kirbyisms in there, like the
Mhm.
machinery and shit in the
mech, yeah.
background.
I like
You
that
love
Wally
drawing a thing,
Woodism,
didn't you,
too.
buddy? Graham, you
Yeah.
love drawing a thing, don't you? You like
I do love drawing a thing.
See, look at that.
It's nice.
Yeah, he's
The bigger
he's
the
my
thing, the
favorite
better.
character. Yeah, and then like she's like her ass is invisible here. It's going invisible. You can see his hand coming through it and stuff.
Oh my gosh, is that Orgo? The
Yes, it is Orgo.
Yeah, I've got
Yeah.
that. We got that comic.
Yeah.
Kirby
the
monster. That's great.
This one here was a piece of cake. You know, it's just straight up evergreen cover. They loved it. This one, I ran into the powers that be at Disney, or Marvel at the time, because you can't have guns on the cover.
What?
Yes.
Even ray guns?
Yeah, ray guns. I'm like, these aren't guns. These are like, you know, zip guns, pop guns, ray guns, you know, all this kind of shit. No, you're going to have to change. I went through 3 changes with this. I'm not sure if I actually did them on the board here. I don't think I did. I think.
Are they the ones that wanted AIM on the cover?
Yes. Yeah,
So
AIM had
the only way they fight is with weapons like ray guns and stuff.
Yes, but I had to turn some of them into like zap staffs and I mean, it was just ridiculous. It was a pain.
Hey, you know, the most simple way to handle if you don't want to draw a gun, and this is from a genius, right? Steven Spielberg. Just put walkie-talkies in their hands.
Oh, jeez.
The stuff.
Yeah, let's fight the Thing with walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, Brad, what year is that?
Early mid 2000s, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah. I did some Avengers covers for them. I loved those books, those Marvel Adventure books, because they were like all classic characters.
Well, and that was my point with my argument was like, you know what, your Marvel Adventures are your classic 1960s Marvel books.
Yeah.
And Jack had all kinds of scientific guns and shit. The Thing smoked cigars. You know, I mean, come on.
Oh, that's so dumb.
Yeah,
that figure of the guy getting rocked by Mr. Fantastic is great. The AIM guy up in the top there getting rocked by Mr. Fantastic. I love that. Yeah, his legs sticking out. Yeah, that's fantastic. That's a great cover. Both of them are. But Orgo, oh my gosh, Kirby monster.
Oh yeah, it was when he said, "Yeah, you got to draw Orgo." I'm like, "You mean the Kirby monster?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay." And AIM? Yeah.
I'm there, man. I'm there.
I get to do.
I like that AIM's got like those bee suits, like those guys.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, you know where those come from, right?
No.
Dr. No.
What?
Oh, Dr. No.
Dr.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I guess that's right. They were wearing those, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yep, that's right.
If you want to know where Kirby got a lot of shit, just look at movies.
Yeah,
movies.
You know, the Hulk, the origin sequence of the Hulk, where he goes and saves Rick Jones and throws him into the hole, and then the bomb blows up and all his clothes blow off of him. The Amazing Colossal Man.
Yeah.
That scene right in there in that Burt I. Gordon movie.
Really? Wow. How about that?
What a ripoff.
Yeah, Kirby, what a hack.
Yeah, we thought he was so inventive.
Yeah, just all righty. This I'm keeping for obvious reasons. Once I show you, I did a couple of Swamp Thing stories for Walmart. Those Walmart books, those 100 pagers.
Oh yeah.
And I thought I'm never going to get to do another Swamp Thing page probably the rest of my life. So I kept this one. So this is like the splash page, the first page of that Walmart giant.
That's cool.
So yeah, they're all reprint stuff. And then there was like my Swamp Thing story was the original material that was in the book. And I think it went over 2 or 3 issues. I can't remember, but this was like the first page. And I went with the really sort of hulky, bulky Swamp Thing and more of it's not meant to look like Wrightson's, but it's that kind of model sheet. You know, I didn't do the real grassy, sort of shaggy Toltebon, you know, those guys that were working with Alan Moore. I went more with the kind of the original sort of take. But
did you ink this?
Bulky. No, I think Matt Ryan inked this.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
That's my favorite version of the Swamp Thing is Wrightson's. So. Yeah.
So it was, I got to put a lot of shadow on there and was, playing with it a little bit. And so it was, there was a lot of good pages in this because he's in the swamp a lot fighting some weird thing, energy creature or something. So I have some good Swamp Thing pages. And I sold I sold a few of them, but this one I was like, nah, I think I'm going to keep this one. In fact, when I was looking through my flat files, looking for stuff to show, I totally forgot I had this. And I was just going, oh, yeah, I'm glad I kept that. So
Cool.
there we
I
go.
think I know what your third one's going to be when we get back around to you.
Ooh.
You think?
I think I do.
Did you ink this, Aaron?
No, Matt Ryan did.
Matt Ryan, okay.
Yeah. He does. He obviously does a really good job. I always like Matt's stuff because he inks like I ink, except better. So I always know what I'm getting, you know?
Yeah, isn't that nice when you get somebody who does your approach, but better?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, yeah, he's a brush inker, and it's always just remarkable to me that these guys that have this kind of crazy, control.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at the shock lines behind him,
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. And I told him, the funny thing with Matt was we were getting so slick that my stuff was starting to look a little too porcelain. And so I was like, dude, give me some bumpiness, give it on the holding lines like you'd see like Danny Mickey or somebody do, and give it a little bit more energy. And so he started doing that, and that's when the stuff just kind of went next level for me.
Look
at that.
Look at the leg muscle here over by the knee, how he's got those little thick lines, and then he's got those thinner lines thinning out, and then he's got a crosshatch coming up too. That's really cool.
Yeah. Most of that, the line weights weren't there, but I mean, all that stuff is in the pencils, like the crosshatch and things like that. But for him to go in and interpret it like that and just make it work like that is just really, really cool. What'd you say, Billy? I'm sorry.
Nothing. Never mind. It looked like he had 6 toes at first.
Trying to come after me, huh? Go, yeah, that's a great piece, Aaron, but he's got 6 toes.
No, I'm only going after art.
It's just between Billy and I.
Man, separate those two.
He's a 6-toe hoe.
Damn. Good
Put
Lord.
Billy and I in
right.
the corner.
We got
Better
time
be a
to go
6-toe
around
hoe and a
one more
9-toe
time.
mini.
We got time to go around one more time. So, Andy, what do you got?
All right, I'm going to share a screen because this one's actually framed, so I took a picture of it.
Okay.
Let me tell the story first before you show it.
Okay.
So back in, I'm looking at the date on this thing, 98, I did an issue of X-Men Unlimited that featured Strong Guy, and it was supposed to be a sequel to the first Strong Guy book that actually I did that Art inked, that was written by Todd DeZago. And instead of doing an issue 2, they said, we're just going to use it as an issue of X-Men Unlimited. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. Whatever. So I was talking to Todd, and we were going over like story stuff. And he found out that the day the book was actually going to come out on the stands was my wedding anniversary.
Aww.
So the story takes place, because that's around Halloween as well. It's October 28th. He kind of did a story centered around this mansion, and in one part of the mansion was a costume party for Halloween, and the other side of the mansion was a wedding, and it was my wedding with, Helen and I drew us, and I mean, we were in the story. There's a shot on one page of like Strong Guy holding her real dainty, but he's holding me like a wet noodle by my collar and stuff. So you can show it now. So it's just the cover to that book. Because, it came out on our wedding day and stuff and whatnot.
Well, that's when you're doing that more sort of cartoony style.
That's what I was doing back then because that's what they wanted. So I was like, okie dokie, got to pay them bills.
Great,
so
I love your cartoon style.
Yeah,
I
I
love
do
it.
too.
Thank you.
I love this a lot.
A lot of energy in that stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks. I love the yellow Zipatone. Now, Andrew Hennessy inked this. I didn't ink this because he inked the book. So, he obviously inked the cover as well. But he did a fantastic job with the inks. So,
Nice.
so this one's been hanging up for years. So yeah, I was, in the story, and I love Strong Guy. I got to make up the Strong Guy costume for the book and got to draw the Beast and Madrox and Wolfsbane, I think that's her name.
Yeah, I remember her. Yeah.
Did you
So-
indicate where the Zipatone on the Beast was going to be, or did the inker do that?
No, I did with blue pencil.
Okay, cool.
I outlined it with blue, and then I think I asked them to do the horizontal lines instead of a dot pattern as well. So,
Yeah, it looks
So,
more
yeah.
inked.
yeah.
Who's that
It's funny-
walking in the door?
That's the bad guy in the book. It's this toady looking. That's kind of like the fun part of the book is when you actually see him in the book. It's just this short Danny DeVito looking type guy, and he drives a VW Bug, but he accidentally opens a portal to hell and gains these powers. And he goes to the mansion to not because of the Halloween party, but because he actually wants to steal my wife.
Yeah.
It looks
Get
like
a
something
little,
nefarious was
coffee.
going on the moment before he opened that door, though. What was
Yeah,
going
that's
on?
right.
It's
There's
like
Oh, you never know.
little party was
So-
going on there. They got surprised. I
something there
think.
like, oh no.
So yeah, so that's
So I don't know.
Well, I
this
love
was
how
the
that,
first one to come. This was the first one to come to mind when you picked the topic. So
Yeah.
saved it for
Well,
last.
Good, gorgeous piece.
Thank
I
you.
love that. That we were talking about on was it Art's piece that had all the rubber cement on there that was turning brown, and it's
Oh
like,
yeah.
it just sort of ages the cover. It almost makes it feel like it's sort of like this classic sort of.
I love it.
Yeah.
I
so
freaking
do
love
I
it.
do too. I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. I think it's cool.
I wish it had all the. I found over the weekend because I was going through stuff. I found 5 of my Quasar covers, and they all have the overlay with the Quasar logo on the acetate and the UPC box and all that crap, just like it looks when it was
So
printed.
cool.
So-
There are
That's so cool.
collectors that look for pages with the lettering still on the boards. They really,
yeah.
really like that. So there is a market for the artwork with the lettering and all the paste stuff on them. So it's kind of a shame that everything went digital because you don't see that anymore. Because part of the collectible aspect, I would imagine, is that sometimes there's dialogue that goes with the image. So if you have that right there on the artwork, you can kind of relive it. Like if the Fantastic Four page and the thing says it's clobbering time, that's something you really want.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
makes it really cool.
Too. Sound effects and things like that are always
Yeah.
really cool to have on there. The good old days, huh?
Yeah. So
Okay.
there you go.
Sorry about that, Dan. I hit the wrong thing. Okay, so
You just got popped.
Frag, I got that's okay. We're still going to stick in order. I guess I can just do that, can I?
There you go. And now you got to move the bottom around.
And then, wow, that was a lot of hard work right there. All right, Fraga, what have you got for us?
So back in early '93, I got the same proposition that Art did from Liefeld to come up with like a creator-owned thing, and I had this sort of idea percolating in my mind about taking all the things that I loved as a kid and loved at the time and kind of mashing them together into like a Chipino of sorts. And so I took like G.I. Joe and Bubblegum Crisis and like all these other things that I liked, almost like Jack Kirby did, but from multiple places, and kind of gave him a reason to be. And I called it Black Flag. And where Rob debuted these ideas was in a comic called Extreme Zero, and that came out in the summer of 1993. So if you share my screen.
Okay.
This is the very first drawing of Sniper. I designed him on the page. I knew I wanted sort of a G.I. Joe badass kind of guy. So I drew him on the page. This is it, and I've kept hold of this. This is the absolute first drawing of him, first appearance. It's
Hang
the
on,
cover
let
of
me,
the
let
ash
me-
can.
Let me get you big here. Hang on.
All right. Ooh, just yeah.
Wow, that's
but-
cool.
Yeah, the whiteout's still on it. You can see whiteout. It's got Dan Panosian's old phone number on it, his Florida phone number on the back. you know, and there's some whiteout stuff. I originally gave him a cigar. I don't know if I can get the shine. My internet may not catch it, but you can see like some of the whiteout where there was smoke. I took that out. I decided I wasn't going to give him a cigar. But I was kind of going for like a graphic sort of Frank Miller that about to get and fight some ninjas. But this is it. This is the first appearance, first drawing, design, everything of Sniper. So this one is, this is one
How
that's
old were you, Dan?
baby.
I was 19.
Nice.
Yeah, and then just for bonus sake, because I feel like this is the last round, I also have, and you could see the date that I drew this here. This was drawn September of '94.
Wow.
This is the Black Flag poster. This was the ad that got the series up and running. This was, and it said it's about time. But this is this, and I sold this a long time ago. Like I said, I sold a lot of stuff, and when the guy, I always make, especially with pieces like this, I always make a deal with people that if they ever need cash and need to sell it, that they call me first.
Yeah.
And I buy it back from them at what they bought it plus 10%. Right? It's like a nice
that's
little
cool.
Very
deal. So, and that's why, like, I know where my McFarlane cover is. Where when he inked me, I know who has that. I know who has my favorite cover outside of Black Flag 1, which I gave to Will Perdomo, but my favorite cover that I sold was Black Flag 3, where Sniper's in the sewers. I know who has that. So, you know, but
Well,
yeah, I kept that stuff.
You know what Barry Smith does, right? Where he like sells original art and he makes you sign a contract so that if you resell it, he gets a percentage and all that kind of stuff.
Wow.
It's Provenance. It's called,
Yeah,
and they do
Provenance.
that in the original art or the fine art world.
Well,
I think that's wise. I mean, that way, you know, when Dale Keown
That
his
$90,000
covers are
book
selling
cover.
for 90,000, and yeah, like one of the things that's crazy is right now on Heritage, the cover of Blood Strike #1 is up, and I'm really interested in seeing what it goes for because it's a cover of a #1 from, you know, the first year of Image, and it's inked by Rob. It's my pencils inked by Rob.
Oh.
And it's kind of it's as far as that era is concerned, it's got iconography involved. So, but anybody that follows original art, what a lot of the people do is they start to track like what their stuff sells for. Like, you know, when Jim Lee's cover of X-Men 268 sold, that's kind of like the pinnacle of Jim images, right? Like it's one of the most classic Jim Lee images, and you kind of know like that sets the standard. Same with like McFarlane pages. When that one Hulk cover sold for the Spidey Punch and the Hulk sold for as much as it did, it set a precedent of what that art can sell. So I'm actually watching that auction. You guys, if you go on Heritage
stuff, sure.
Yeah.
Eric Lindbergh, thank you for the $2. He says, "Hail to the bros! Fire
Hail, brother.
tonight." Thank you.
Hail to you.
Now, Andy, here's the John Smith that has that Deadpool.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
He wants to know if I'm having an identity crisis. Always.
Always.
Sometimes
He was asking if you were having an identity crisis.
No, I'm always having.
You have Lopez up, and you know, so
That's right. Well, sometimes I'm not a man called Lopez. I'm a little fella called Lopez. And
well,
sometimes
Lopez
I'm-
would sell that art. I don't know if Karen will, but Lopez
That's right. He
would
would hang on. I'd sell that crap. But anyway, Billy, it is your
Yep.
turn.
I shared
You did. There it is. Let
shared
me
a
add it.
screen.
Let me add it.
Yeah, this is my child is born. My
that's beautiful.
my story telling the birth of Jesus. My Christmas comic. I always wanted to do it. This, of course, is the nativity when all the shepherds, after they received the word from the angel of the Lord, and they came, and it's just I sold. I gave a page away or 2 pages away, and I sold one other page. Someone who it spoke to him for something, and I didn't really know him, so I sold it. But aside from that, I kept the whole book. But I got to tell you, when I drew this book, I really felt the hand of God guiding my hand. It was
beautiful, man.
such an honor to do it. I know there's a lot of detail and all, but just all the research that went into it, and just it was like a spiritual reawakening for me. It really was.
How did you find pictures of Joseph on the internet?
Yeah.
He just asked Art for some private photos.
Yeah. So, private.
By the way, Billy, I want those pictures back.
Oh,
you can't have them.
Virus. Hey,
I'm going to put them back in my photo book.
And then so I really I love doing this book. Again, it went with that. It was right after I did Sergeant Rock, and I wanted to capture that realistic flavor just because.
It's gorgeous.
And I'm going to stop sharing the screen because I'll show the colors by Paul Mounts.
I was going to say, let's see the colors to it.
Yeah, Paul did a beautiful job coloring it. I got to just scroll through a couple of other pages.
Who published that, Billy?
I did. Me and I met two buddies, two partners, and it's Apostle Arts we formed, and now it's all mine. But let me share it. Share the screen.
You ever thought about reprinting it?
Oh yeah, we're gonna definitely because I have
you should print that and sell it every Christmas, man. That's
what we plan to do that this year for an Indiegogo. But if you want to share it now, it's shared now. But so here's and again, when you go from those pencils, it does give this really beautiful watercolor feel.
Yeah.
And this is shot directly from HB pencils. I might have used my no, I think this is all. I might have used my Beryl Prismacolor blacks, but again, and Paul, Paul too. Paul's not a religious guy at all, but he's like, man, there's just something special about this book. And
this doesn't even look like Paul Mounts.
Yeah, well, maybe someone was guiding it. Well, I know someone was guiding his hand, whether he knew it or not.
John Malin's in the house.
John Malin in the chat. I just read his comment.
Yeah, so again, it's just a piece. So I have the original, and I'll never, I'll never sell that.
I think when you do the Indiegogo, you should get a variant cover of a sexy pinup of Mary.
Oh, come on now! Don't
Mary
be
Magdalene. How about that? Maybe.
Yeah. Have John draw it.
Did you have a model? Did you use a model for her?
That's my friend, my sister-in-law, Lauren's best friend.
Okay, there you go.
Her name is Alyssa, and she's half Jewish and half Italian. She made a perfect marriage. I have a picture somewhere here.
Now that's a good comment this guy has.
So here, look what I found. I didn't even realize I've had this forever here.
Hang on a second. Let me grab this. Real quick, Billy. Son of Liberty Radio for $2 says, "Do that as an oversized hardcover, Billy."
I will. Then if you take one, we'll do it for like November.
How many pages is it, Billy?
36, maybe 38 pages.
Oh man, if you did that, the oversized hardcover they did DC when they reprinted the Bible that Joe Kubert did.
Yeah,
dude, if you did it like that,
I love it. Well, here's like the reference photos. I can't, guys. I swear. I swear.
Hold up again.
I have it all right here. So here, the photos still are in my big. I have these big cases that have like. You put stuff in, but here's like some of the reference photos in my living room.
Oh wow!
Taking a picture, and here's Alyssa and my friend Johnny with the little baby Jesus, little doll. This is
cool.
This is 2011. Here's Alyssa. She made a really beautiful Mary.
Yeah,
and I had a lot of fun. Shot on film. I think it's shot. No, maybe not. 2011. But yeah, so that was that. And again, I just really enjoyed. It was such a one of the, if Sergeant Rock was the most rewarding book of my career, perhaps being able to work with all the veterans of it. I mean, this truly was the one, that really spoke to me the most, was telling the Christmas story.
That's
now, do you shoot for a project like that? Do you shoot all the photo ref first, or do you do it in stages as you go?
I rough out the whole book, and then I call my friends. We feed them a lot of wine.
Yes. I love this. Hang on a second. I got a 2-part comment here. Love this. Danky Frankie says, why wait till November? I'll forget again. Just sell it the sooner the better. Then he says, but don't gouge me, please.
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Maybe October, because our Zombie Sama book is going to the printer. I think the end of next week. So we'll be able to launch, maybe even launch the next omnibus, which is the Senriaco book, in April. instead of May.
Well, the key thing with that book is to do it so it ships in December. But
Yes, I got to
so.
ship it. Right, it's got to ship like Thanksgiving
First,
weekend.
yeah, because then people can get it for Christmas presents
Yep.
and stuff.
Yep.
So, yeah,
So that's where you have to really.
that's beautiful.
Yeah, you really need those files by the end of September.
Yep. I have them all. That's a good
Yeah.
thing.
He's ready,
You
to
know?
go. He's ready to rock and roll right now.
Yeah.
Nothing's stopping you, Billy, except
You're never
Art
going to break my
Bear.
stride. You're nothing going to slow me down, RT Bear.
Art,
I'm still looking for the color version. You guys keep going.
Dude, so
Okay.
you did
Well,
not school me. You didn't take me to town. You know you took me. You took yourself.
You're still looking? Move on to Graham.
You took
I
yourself
already
to
did
the
past
hardest
tense.
work.
No, I got it. Okay. So
who's
yeah,
already doing the
this,
show now?
I'm gonna show your artwork, Graham. So this right here, this you can't see the. I got two here. So this one you can't see my name,
Carlos.
but my daughter was born on this before this cover was inked, and so went through the whole thing. Our lovely daughter, was born, and I still had a deadline that needed to be met. So I drove from the hospital back to the studio, and I inked this thing up and got it in the mail and everything, and then drove back to the hospital. And my daughter's initials are the same as mine. They're AET, so Amanda Elizabeth T. Bear. So
That's your name?
I signed this AET. You can't see it, but it's AET, and then I signed the date. So this is on her birthday.
Wow.
So do you still own that?
Yeah,
Do you own the original?
yeah, but I don't
okay.
have it. I couldn't find it because stuff's still
Right.
packed. So I
Yeah,
could
that's
find
cool.
this version of it. So there's that, and then
Don't you love how Pacheco did those fingers and hands? You know, he
Yeah.
always.
Oh man, his hands were so emotive.
I know.
They were all gnarled
You know?
up. Yeah,
Yeah, I love that.
yeah. It was
You got
great
another
stuff,
piece?
man. I enjoyed working on it, and then let me go back, and I got something else, and I do have this, but like I said with the other, I don't have it like the original to show. So I have this scan of it here. Can you see
Oh
it?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
cool.
this was the 92 cable. This was for all the promotional stuff. So this was the cover of Diamond, the catalog, and
Oh wow.
and they used it for a bunch of stuff. I think there was a retail poster made from this piece of artwork, and I've been asked and offered a lot of money for this thing, but I did not sell it, so I still have it. And you can see some of the marker. The marker is kind of turning
Yeah.
turning red.
Whose
brown.
idea was it to give Cable the goatee?
It was mine and the hair, because he was from the future, so they wanted a different look. So I think it was kind of Sean Connery, and what was that? Something Man. What was that movie? There was a movie where he kind of had this
Zardoz?
haircut. What's that?
Zardoz?
No. This was way after Zardoz.
Is that like what is it? Future Soldier with Kurt Russell?
Yeah, it's kind of a future soldier look, and
Something.
I always like making up guns, and I don't like drawing real guns. So this was fun, the metal arm and everything. So
Nice
yeah, so this
graphic.
is Cable. This is Marvel's Cable. So this is
That's cool, man.
What marker did you use that it faded like that?
It's Sharpie, just like
Sharpie, really?
yeah, just because you can
Hey.
see some of it in the background stuff. It's like trying to finish it really quick, so
Yeah.
you just kind of throw
I
Sharpie.
thought
over.
See, the great
Sharpies
thing
didn't
is-
fade. I thought they were
They
permanent.
do.
Well, they are
do.
now. They
No,
used to be.
Sharpies
They used to
fade.
suck.
Yeah.
They changed the formula on those so they're permanent, but they were not back in
Oh.
back in the 90s. They turned purple and they turned brown.
Green, and they would make that ghost. If you put
Yep.
something on top of it, it would make a
Mhm.
ghost image.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was really weird.
But you know
I
what
don't
you
know
can
what
do?
kind of ink that was, but it's
The
it's
great
definitely
thing
not
about
permanent.
this art, if you wanted to, you could go back in and touch that up because you're the artist.
Well, I did. That's what I was looking for. I took this and I digitally re-inked it. So I cleaned it all up, and then I had Thomas Mason do some colors over it. It's in my art book, but I couldn't find the like re-inked, the digital re-inked version of it. But I did clean all this stuff up and kind of made it look a little bit more contemporary. But I like this '92 version as well.
I like it. Yeah, dude, I think that's
I love
cool.
that the brown adds a lot of charm to it.
Well,
Well, once again, it just really gives that it's an original, you know.
Yeah.
It's not perfect. It's an original. So
what was really bad from back in that period of time, and when I worked in commercial art before I got into comics, is we used Niji stylists to do our storyboards, and those things they fade and disappear.
Oh yeah.
They were the
Oh,
worst.
really?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's a lot of Gil Kane art because he used those felt tip pens.
Yeah.
Oh
Yep.
my
Oh,
god,
yeah.
they're just fading away to nothing, and then you'll see like stuff that he did in India ink, and that line is still there, and then
You're right.
everything else is fading off of his page.
Let me steal this moment to show. This is the. I don't know. Can you guys see it, or is it too glary?
A little glary, yeah.
That's the John Smith just sent me this email. That's the Deadpool splash page with Stan Lee there.
I can see Stan Lee's face over in the left-hand side. Yeah.
And Deadpool is covered in zip, which is turned, of course,
Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So anyway, that's the page I was talking about. But anyway, Graham, to you we
All
go.
right. Well, I'm going to save my best for last. This is
a Tom Bancroft original that he did for Graham. Monster Island.
This is my most reprinted piece.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Boom, baby.
So how much is that page worth, do you think, on
Yeah,
here?
that's
Holy
worth
smokes.
that's probably a good 6-figure page right there.
Wow.
Holy crap. Look at that.
Yeah.
What issue number was that one?
Detective 664.
And
Okay.
look at all that dialogue is on the page.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Graham, did you letter it? You didn't letter it, right? You
No.
just,
No, John Costanza lettered it.
Oh,
Did
sweet.
you do the Who Rules the Night? Did you do that, or he did that too?
No, John did that too.
Oh, sweet.
That's
Yeah,
the guy from Seinfeld, right?
Yeah.
That's his brother.
Little Costanza.
I can't stand you.
Can't
Oh,
stand
that's
you.
awesome. So you got that hanging on your wall there in the
I
old
do.
studio, huh?
Yeah. Yep.
Very nice.
Is that over your
Yep.
bed?
And this is
Every night.
they use
Before
that
Graham
in
goes to
the
bed.
they use that in the animated series too, which I also have here.
Oh, butt crack.
Almost got a plumber
Almost
butt
got
there
the
from
butt
you,
crack.
Graham.
I know the
And
crack.
tramp stamp.
Crack is whack.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's cool.
that's an original cell from the animated series, and it's the same shot, just mirror image.
right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So I got
love
those two
Beret,
hanging
too.
up next to each other.
that's nice. Did
Yeah.
you get that at the Warner Brothers store?
I
You got
did.
that in the back. I love that store, man.
Were you like, holy
know.
crap? When you saw it, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it was. I saw they had some cells from the show hanging up on the wall. So I went to the guy there and I said, I'm looking for this because I'd seen the show, and I'm looking for this scene. So he goes through the catalog and he finds it, and he goes, "Here it is. Here's the shot." And I go, "Oh yeah, that's the one I want." And he goes, "Okay, well we'll order it for you. What's your name?" I said, "Graham Nolan." He goes, "The Graham Nolan."
Nice.
And my wife goes like this.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, bro.
You're like, yes, yes, I am.
And I'm like, yeah, that's me.
And then you go, so what type of discount am I looking at?
Oh, God.
Double, Mr. Millionaire.
The guy probably wanted
Yeah.
an autograph or a sketch or something.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. And then we're walking out, and we're walking. It was in the mall, and then she's just giving it to me.
Dude, I have been into comic shops, buying my own comics, giving my guy my card, and him seeing my name and it not registering. So,
Oh, I
Wow.
But they knew
Okay.
Shelley.
yeah, exactly.
Right. They're like, sir, move out of the way. Shelley?
Actually, the reason we
Exactly
got
right.
the house in California, we've been turned down by every bank for a loan for the house, and then because you're a freelancer, they can't really, they don't want to take a chance on a guy that's working freelance and all that stuff. Even though I had enough money in the bank to pay for the house in cash,
Right.
but they still wouldn't give me the loan. And so then finally, I came across this one guy's desk, and he's like, Artie Bear, ask him, I guess he was talking to my wife, like he asked my wife, is it the guy that draws cable for Marvel? And she goes, yeah. And he goes, okay. So it took a guy that understood, the lifestyle and working for Marvel and all that other stuff to get the loan. So, a little celebrity helped
Hey, it
get
goes
that
a
house.
long way sometimes.
Yeah.
I'll let you know.
That guy goes, loan approved. Stamp. Here you go.
I actually had Bob Harris wrote a letter too that Art's a good guy. You should give him the loan. Like those letters.
That guy's got image money. Give him the loan.
Give him the loan.
Yeah, you should have
All
been
right.
working at DC, Art. They give you the a loan, interest-free loan against your royalties.
Do they really?
They don't.
the day.
But they did then. If you were under exclusive contract, when I was working on Nightfall, I needed like 20 grand to put down on a house, and DC gave me an interest-free loan.
Wow.
I just signed a piece of paper, and then they took it out each month, and within a few months, it was paid off.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Nice.
Well, I got one of those perfect loans that was designed to fail for the person. So it was one of those variables. Like they could change it. Every
Right.
month. It was basically the loans that collapsed the California housing market. That's the loan I got.
Oh, nice.
Mm.
And the only reason it didn't bury us is because I threw a lot of money at that loan early on.
But that's DC was so great back then to their contract people and their freelancers. I mean,
Good
that they
old
had
days,
that
boy.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Was that in the
So good.
90s or before that when you had the exclusive?
That was early 90s.
Yep.
Early 90s, yep.
Man. All right, you guys. So should I show my Planet Hulk pages or should I show the Wonder Woman page I have?
Well, which one, Andy Smith, did you think he was going to share?
Wonder Woman.
Oh, Wonder
I
Woman.
was gonna say Planet Hulk.
But he said page. I was thinking of a Wonder Woman cover for a specific reason.
Oh, the one that has Samantha on it.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, well, let's
Oh.
hang it up on my wall. But no, I was just sticking to interiors. I've showed the Wonder Woman many times before, so let's go ahead and take a look at my private stash of. I didn't keep many Planet Hulk pages, but I did keep a few. I'm going to show you two real quick.
Did you get any royalties when they did that cartoon and stuff?
Yeah,
Oh,
I didn't get any credit, but they did give me.
Oh, look at
Oh,
that.
look at that.
Nice.
I've had many offers on this
Dude.
page just for that middle panel, and I was like, "There's no way
Hell
I'm ever
yeah.
selling that middle panel." He's
That's
like
awesome.
infected, like these alien things show up on the planet, and they're like they take over the like the population. They infect them, it's kind of like a zombie type thing, but they just they consume these people. So there's Hulk like getting infected by this thing, and all these tentacles and weird pointy things growing out of them, and so it's not a spectacular page except for that one panel, and I'm like, I'm never letting this go. And so that
The
was
cartooning on that face is tremendous.
Yeah, I love it.
Thank you.
Exceptional.
I
Exceptional.
also like the open panel at the bottom.
Yeah.
To air
The
it out.
foot.
That's great.
Mhm.
What
Yeah,
issue was this?
Boy, can we see up there? I don't know if I can. It's in blue line. It's issue 99, page 4. It looks like
99 of what?
Hulk.
Hulk, but it's because they restarted it, like a bunch of times. So this was like the last incarnation that they restarted it as, I think.
Okay. What year was that?
This would have been after cross-gen, so what, about 2003-ish, maybe?
Okay. Because I'm looking in my database.
I want to, it's called The Incredible Hulk, but
But it was Planet Hulk story.
this was the Planet Hulk storyline, which started in 96, I think. No, 93. I can't remember, but anyway, 90 someplace. So I've got that one, and then so then the other one is
I thought Planet Hulk took place in the 2000s.
It did.
yeah, it did. What did I say?
Now you
Issue
said
90
2000. It was probably around 2005 or 6.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
said
probably.
1990s. You said
No. I
1990s.
said the issue number was like 90. Started like 90.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the other one. I kept several, but this is one of the panel ones I really, really liked. And this is where the Hulk is like, these alien creatures are like feeding on him because he can rejuvenate himself because of his gamma radiation or whatever. So he's basically sacrificing himself for the entire nation or the planet. So these aliens are feeding on him, but then his arm eventually, of course, regrows.
That's
That's
awesome.
Blow up on that.
Hey, Aaron, if you want to share my screen, I have your page in color so people can see what it looked like in
All right,
print.
well, let me
And
do
live
this first.
in
I'm gonna take a look at that.
Wow.
That's nice.
I love your chiaroscuro.
Oh, thank
Your
you.
play of light and dark, my friend.
Now I had to
Okay.
design these aliens were like sort of organic, but half mechanism and half organic, like they were like gelatinous, but then
Yeah.
held together by this machinery. So I designed all this stuff, and I'm not good at tech, but I really liked how they came out. So
I'm the
that's one of
same
the-
way. I'm no good at tech either.
I'm organic all the way, man. Give me Jungle Comics till the day I
Wow.
die.
Trust
But
us,
so
Aaron. When
good,
you
man.
do
Look at that.
computer stuff, we know you're no good at tech.
that's right. Now, this was inked by Sandu Floria.
Oh,
Uh,
I thought it was
Danny
Danny Mickey. Didn't Danny
Well, he
ink some of it?
Yeah, he
Oh.
started it, and then he had to bail out because he was just too busy. Because I had to twist his arm to do it because he was like, working on Joe Quesada stuff, and he was
That's why he
always,
couldn't finish it because you twisted his darn arm.
yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Twisted it right
Hurt
off.
his
Hurting your
hand.
anchors.
Right off.
But this is a pretty good ink job anyway, and despite that, because I had a conversation with him. The first couple things he did, I wasn't too happy with, and I explained to him what I wanted. And like the last issue we did together was really killer. And I got one of the splash pages from that too. But I wanted to share like panel pages because you don't get to see those very often. But anyway, so there's that. Okay, let's take a look at how the coloring came out. Wow, that's electric.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is that,
I don't
is
think
that
it's
liquid?
quite that vibrant. I don't think it's that vibrant.
Yeah,
though,
I
on
think
the
it's
page.
because of the digital, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
But-
like he's glowing.
Yeah.
And then the
don't
dark
think
area, I mean, it blocks out the line work.
Yeah, this is like totally over rendered as a colorist. Don't do this. But I don't think that's what the actual pages look like. I think this is just like a bad digital.
Right.
Bad
Transfer.
digital version.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't think the colors are that hot. But anyway. So,
That's cool.
gentlemen, this has been fun. We could sit here and do this all day. I love looking at you guys' artwork and everything, and it's a lot of fun. But we must move on. So we all have campaigns that are sort of important to us and hopefully important to you guys too. So let's go around the horn and everybody's campaign. First of all, there's a link in the description of this video for everybody's campaign. So some of us are shadow banned, some of us are not, but you can get directly to those campaigns, and we'd appreciate your support. If you haven't backed these books, check them out because they're worth at least your time to take a look at because there's some really good stuff
And
here.
share
So-
them. Share the links.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. Pass
Yes.
them around. Feel free. Andy, what have you got?
Hey, if you can share my screen.
Ready.
Kordrath the Reckoning. This is the next stretch goal is the character card for the Necronite. So he's another playable character. He'll have the art on the
Creepy.
front, which is currently being colored by Dan Lawless. And then on the back will be his statistics. So he's a playable character in role-playing games of your favorite. And, of course, the Kordrath role-playing game. So this will be the fourth playable character. And, so everybody go check out Kordrath. 76 pages, ball-busting barbarian action that is sure to entertain.
Yes, and like I
So
said, the
there you
link is in the description of this video, so it's right there for you. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Andy. Dan, what
Thank
can you
you.
tell us?
Working on Black Flag. You guys have seen it. If you haven't, this artwork is actually part of the commission, the campaign.
Ooh,
Not
that's a cool shot.
the original itself. I know, isn't that weird? But a remastered version of this poster is coming along with your order, as well as a poster version of the recolor of #1. And Rob Willis's cover and pencils are coming along with it. So you don't just get my book, 56-page book. You get the 0.5, which is a 22-page book, 3 fold-out posters, and stickers, all for the price of one book.
Well, that is fantastic. So again, the link to Black Flag is in the description of this video. You guys can go right there to check it out. Mr. Touche, what have you got here?
I shared something for you, if you don't mind.
Oh, there
This
we
is
go.
our Zombie Sama, Dorm of the Dead. This is our next stretch goal on Indiegogo. We're less than $1,000 away from it. It's a little yearbook. What do they call those things? Superlatives? But it's a superslatives. And you see some of the creators. Yeah, you got Mindy Lopkin, as let me see if I can make this bigger. Oh yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
You gotta see
there
you.
you go. So you got let's see if this moved out. There you go. We got Mindy Lopkin. What the devil just happened? There we go. Got Mindy Lopkin, John Broly, Niles Scala, Pop XP's very own. You got Jim Okami, of course, the star. This is my wife. No, that's Rini. Sorry, that's Rini.
They all look alike.
Yeah, they all look alike.
Hey, come on. Debbie has the blonde hair.
Yeah. So then you have me right here, the most sensational. You got our boy Brian Blevins here, which is going to be changed to most likely to eat you.
Oh,
That's his idea, not mine. His idea, not mine. And there's Debbie, of course. Most unforgettable, and then you have most unique Jane. But everyone's going to get this free mini print. And again, Thank you for adding the link. And we have 7 days left to this campaign. And again, as I said, this book is going to the printer, I believe. Well, the colors will be done next week and should go to the printer at the end of next week.
Yeah, you guys, this thing is ready to go. So don't wait to back this. You're going to be getting it soon. So follow that link in the description of this video to head right over there and back Zombie Sama, which is not, I found out, a Latin dance. I thought it was. And somebody thought I was serious in the chat last night when I said that.
Very good. Very good. Well, you are Lopez.
That's true.
That's true.
Oh, okay. So Art DeBear has something called Black and White. Do you have anything you want to share with us, Art?
Yeah, I have Uncle Yi. Uncle Yi kicking butt.
Oh,
so I just wanted to share Uncle Yi. So Uncle Yi in the story has a lot to atone for. He's kind of he just kind of sat back and watched stuff happen. So one of my favorite characters in the story is Uncle Yi. And if you read the first one, you know the character I'm talking about. So this is Uncle Yi stepping up. He's seen a lot. He's witnessed a lot, and really did nothing to stop it. So this is Uncle Yi taking a stand, and I just think it came out really cool.
That is.
He's got his Kirby zapper, and he's zapping some bots with it.
I hate to be art nerdy, but I love that crosshatch behind him. You got going on, that texture. I love it.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, thank you. So this is kind of an EMP, and so he's using it to short out a bunch of bots. I like the shot too here of Reed, aka Black, zapping these, sticking it to the bots, as we say.
Sticking it to the bot.
Yes.
Stick it to the bot, man.
Always stick it to the bots. So I want to thank everybody for backing and supporting Black and White. You made a 94 dream come true. So this is a book I've had near and dear to my heart for a long, long time. So I'm glad that people are still interested in it, and that backed it and supported it so I could create this book. And I know it's taken a little longer than I wanted to. So I do appreciate everybody still in the game and supporting us on this journey. I promise you, it's going to be the best work that I can do.
It certainly is. It's tremendous looking.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and it's going to be a blast. It's going to be a blast read. You guys are going to enjoy it, and there's a hero beat for everybody in this book. I love it, and I just like robot carnage. There's a lot of robot carnage in this story. So at times it borderlines. It goes into gore. Like there's some pretty heinous stuff in there.
Gorebots.
some gore, robot brains being splattered and stuff. Yeah,
Nice.
You love the tech. You're the anti-Lopez.
That's
I am
right.
the anti-Lopez. Yes.
He is. He embraces what I run from.
That gives you and Graham a headache, right? Looking like, oh my god,
Look at all this. I know that robot stuff and the cables and the wiring and where's Ann? All right. Thank you, Art. And here's Graham Nolan. What are you peddling today? Oh, look at the numbers on that, man. That really, you got a boost today,
Graham.
Oh yeah. We got a nice boost on that. 66,000, 1,141 backers. We've got 10 days left on this campaign, my friends. This is not going in demand. This is a fast and furious campaign. The files will go to the printer as soon as the campaign goes down. And we hope to fulfill no later than the beginning of June on this.
Excellent.
Part 2 will be up shortly to start the sign-up list for that, because you want to get that. You want to get 1 and 2 and read the full story of Joe Frankenstein before we get to the Ghosts of Matacumba Key in August, because that's the book that connects it all together. So
you're running 2 campaigns right here. You're a circus barker, man. You're juggling stuff.
I am a busy person right now.
Do you get confused sending out like your updates, right? Because you got to do 1 for 1, and right? I
haven't had to do any updates for this yet because the campaign isn't over yet. So
right,
that's true.
So yeah, if you go to the site, you can read about it. You can see there's not a ton. There's no tchotchkes here. This is all books. So it's a pretty simple campaign. You come on board, you get all this stuff already. There's no stretch goals. So you're getting the extra pages, you're getting the upgraded paper, the Spot UV, the vinyl logo sticker, and the bookmark. Every book gets it because we got to move this.
Nice.
We want more and more people to read it. So, and if you're the hardcore collector, you can get the CGC version signed by Chuck and I.
Cool.
And then if you go to the site, you can read the first 10 pages with the new lettering on it too, by the way, which looks amazing. One of the big things I didn't like in the original version and the IDW version was the Frankenstein monster spoke in the same type of word balloons as Joe.
Yeah,
and I wanted his own voice to it.
The spooky font.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
And now it looks really cool. This also, I had them put the logo in instead of just lettering it. So
I love it when you do that.
Yep. It's going to be such a better looking book by 1,000%. So I'm really happy that it's going to be under the Compass Comics banner again,
You take this away from a company and it automatically improves 100%.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They couldn't sell jack of this thing.
Well, like you said, the lettering was terrible, and it's like you would think that a company trying to sell books would they would give you the extra effort. Instead, it's like just the opposite. You have to take it back from them to actually make it good.
Yeah. Yeah, and to make money on it.
Exactly, which you're doing quite well. And you've also got the Ghosts of Matacumba Key, which is the link for both of these campaigns is in the description of this video, so you can get to both of them.
Yeah. Joe Frankenstein has not been shadow banned.
Amazing.
I mean, that's searchable, which is nice.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the Ghosts has, so you will need the link. If you don't get it from the show, it's pretty simple. Go to compasscomics.com, and you can go to all my stuff right from there. So if you ever forget or you decide, oh, I want to go check that out, but I can't remember what the link is, go to compasscomics.com and it'll take you right to it.
Well, that's great. That campaign's doing really, really well, Graham. Congratulations.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks.
Okay, so I've got something too, and I've actually got a bit of an announcement to make, which I'll make right now. Is Thursday of this week at 1:00 Pacific time, we're going to do a second printing campaign for Wraith of God. Of course, it has a new cover, and you're looking at it right there. So this will be the original graphic novel that is sold out. Now you'll have a chance to get it once again. Same book with actually a spelling correction made in it, hopefully this time.
Don't you like when you can fix that stuff?
Yeah, I was so mad. I was like, how did this get by everybody? I was so mad. But anyway, so the stuff's corrected in it, and we got a brand new cover. You'll have to actually wait till the book shows up to see if I actually add bullets to the foreground, which Shane Davis suggested I do. Because it's not in this piece, but the more I think about it, the more I kind of like the idea. So it might show up on the final cover. But this is a simple campaign, much like Graham is running on Joe Frankenstein. It'll be this plus a black and white virgin cover option of this. And then I have a lot of add-ons available that are leftovers from the original campaign, like the sticker set, the card set, some of the mini prints. I don't have a lot of them, so you want to get, if you're going to want any of that stuff, you want to get on there early because they'll be gone. Because there's like 15 copies of Ruff's the Ruff sketchbook volume 1, and there's 10 copies of the print, and there's 50 sets of cards and stickers, and that's it. And then they're gone. So I'll be posting on social media constantly about this leading up to Thursday, and of course, I will send invitations to all my bros. If anybody wants to drop in and join me at any time during the day, you're more than welcome to do that.
You said Thursday at 4 o'clock?
Yeah, 4 o'clock Eastern time, 1 o'clock Pacific time.
Cool.
And I'll be going until I drop, probably. So I was going to ask Ethan to go on at night, but he's going to be traveling to do a Tim Pool's show. So I'm just going to be on my own. That's right. I'm a big boy. I can handle it.
So you're going to go until you drop. So we're looking at what, an hour and a half?
Yeah, maybe 2 tops.
Shit.
I can probably handle that too. So, okay.
No, we can share more artwork. Also, just because that's going up, it's going to be a 30-day campaign, just like Graham's. We're just trying to raise enough money to cover the printing costs and then get those things printed up and shipped out to you guys. So it'll be fast and hopefully successful. And then I'm also running the Wraith of God Blood Hunters campaign is still going strong. I'm working on a double-page spread right now. That's page 38 and 39. And man, do I hate double-page spreads because I end up redrawing them about 3 or 4 times. Because there's so much pressure. You're like, oh, I did this whole thing. I got all this stuff on it, and I got the Wraith in there, and I'm like, the Wraith is too small. He's too small. So now I got to, I scanned it, blew it up, light tabled it, made it bigger, and that happens to me all the time on Splash.
Well, the drag is too. You have to scan them separately, and then you have to butt them together, and they never tie together properly.
Yeah, it's a pain in the butt. But yeah, so I got a double-page spread over there. So I'm almost on page 40. And then I've got 5 pages done of Garbage Man, 3 pages done of Nightclub. Those pages are on the campaign page, so you can check those out. And also, I have 8 pages of Kit Carter done. So I got 45 pages total, I think, left to do on this entire project. So it's 100 pages, by the way. So Tail Dune for $5. Sorry, off-topic question. I've been wanting to ask this question for a while. Did any of you bros ever meet Wally Wood, Dan DiCarlo, or Alex Cho? Thank you for the $5, Tail Dune. I appreciate that.
Nope.
And you guys ever meet those guys?
No, not me.
I wish.
Me either.
I met Dan DiCarlo, and he actually, Ruth Morrison got me for my 29th birthday, I think, a Dan DiCarlo original, he did a she. Like
wow.
Yeah, and I have that here in my
Were
thing.
Ben and Jerry there?
Damn, I didn't lie today. I got to think it's
Jasper must have either just woke up from his nap or just tuned in. He says, are they all giving updates or just Aaron? I want to know the status of Black and White. So Art, what is your projection? What are you hoping to have it wrapped up, I guess?
That was page 56, so I'm hoping to have it by the beginning of summer. Midsummer, somewhere in there.
summertime.
And the living easy.
Hey, thank you all for joining us. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you guys for joining in. We appreciate you being here. We couldn't do the show if you weren't here joining us. I want to thank my bros.
Wait, I got to back up. Thank you so much. Who was it that asked about the he said he backed at the higher tier. I want to thank you so much for supporting the book and backing at the higher tier. Yeah. I didn't want to gloss over that.
Yeah.
Hey, tomorrow Billy's going to be on the Storytellers. We're going to talk about zombies and Zombie Sama.
Zombie 4 p.m. Eastern time.
4 p.m. It's going to be on early because I've got trivia night at my daughter's work. So that's why I won't be on at 7. So
I hope you're studying.
Well,
don't embarrass your daughter now.
We'll be streaming against you, unfortunately, in Graybeard Studios.
And so will we. We're doing 3:30 tomorrow.
But
Well,
anyway,
Three of us all streaming at the
We'll
same
have to
time
compare
tomorrow.
numbers,
And
won't we?
pontificators tomorrow.
Well, I can
Oh
tell
my
you.
God.
Yeah, but that's at 8 o'clock at night.
That's eight.
everybody they'll be leaving our shows pissed at all of us for streaming over the top of one another and then going right to Art and celebrating Art in his independent.
I'll be on Vaughn Coleman's new channel. Vaughn Coleman, a friend of the show.
Yeah, I did him the other
Or
night.
9 p.m. You did him, right, Graham? Well, you didn't do Graham.
I don't want to phrase it quite like that.
You didn't
But you
do it.
did it
I did
anyway.
the show.
Yeah, he's a young man. Don't phrase it like that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
He'll break you, Graham.
He's a
But
great
anyway,
cat.
hey, guys, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe. This is a rotating channel. Andy will have it next week. Who knows what mysterious things he'll bring to the table, but we'll all be excited to see that.
Yep.
And again, thank you all. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we will see you guys throughout the week.
Go Ray Jimmy Reyes' show.
Good night, my
Go
brother.
Ray.
That's right. Good night, everybody. Thank
everybody.
you.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.